Good evening, everybody. This is SurvivorsCircle, and today is August 22nd, 2023. And we are here on another fine sunny afternoon. Actually, it's sunny here too, amazingly. It's not as warm as it is your place, is it?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yes.
Like you said, I'd have to have on a when nighttime
Yeah,
came, I would have a jacket on.
it's a pleasant 75 degrees here, and I've still got the AC running. So what are you
Well, I
going to
will.
say? I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp. I'm an old fart, a wimp, whatever. I'd rather be comfortable. I don't like sweating.
Well,
What
it's
can I
okay.
say?
So today is as warm as it has been.
Well, yours in your yes, I'd
Yep.
be sweating there. I
Well,
guarantee
there's
you
been a
that.
breeze that's been blowing, so
Mhm.
it's been tolerable.
Okay.
If you were in the shade and there was wind blowing, it's still hot as hell, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't be as bad if you were working out in the sun. But like I said, it's 100 heat index. Let's see, temperatures at 91 and the heat index is 104 right now. So
hmm
it's 5:30.
Yesterday was much warm. Yesterday was much warmer here,
Okay.
and I had some running around to do, and got in the car and got the AC blasting and got everything going. And every now and then I get a puff of air. What the hell? Oh, that window's open. My
Yeah.
back window was down just a little bit. Okay, I lowered the windows
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
let that cool air come in, let it come flow through, and kind of cool everything off. I
Mm-hmm.
got one, didn't have quite have it all the way up. And I'm saying, wow, it's hot outside. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay in. Just gonna stay in here. I'll go to the drive-through at the bank. Oh my god!
Yeah.
So,
So I did that. Oh, and I got I got new tires put on my truck today.
oh boy,
Oh, that hurt.
cha-ching! I
Mhm.
bet.
That hurt.
18s, 17s.
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't care. He came and he was just he told me I told him what type of tire that I wanted on there, and it's $224 a tire.
yeah, yeah. I know. I know. Ask, ask Jay. Ask Jay. Will tell you. She'll tell you. The tires that we put on the Ranger
Mm-hmm.
were like $1,200,
Mm-hmm.
but it looked. God damn, it looked sharp.
Oh, I bet. I'm sure it did.
Yes, truck tires. Trucks are not
I'm telling you.
like it's like the car Jay bought for himself here 4 months ago, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
is a Ford Focus. No, it's not a Focus, is it?
Yeah,
It's a little one. Yeah. Okay.
I think that's what it was on his Facebook page today
Yes.
or yesterday.
And it needed some loving care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a bit more than we thought it needed, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing drastic, right?
Right. Right.
But he just bought four new tires for that. But they were quite a bit cheaper. Yes. I think he said he found them for like under $100 a tire.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Plus it gets 35 miles a gallon as opposed to
Oh,
his
yeah.
10 miles a gallon on his F-150. So, no, it's okay. They'll pay for themselves right away.
Yeah,
No
sure.
problem. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So you have to, but I mean, the tires that were on there, and I don't, everybody's got their preference, but I've never cared
mhm.
for Goodyear tires. And it seems like every vehicle that I buy, that's what's on them. And they just don't, to me, they just don't do well. I just don't.
Wear well.
They don't
wear
wear
well. Feel well. Yeah, I'm kind of picky on tires.
and they don't divert rain very well.
Mm,
And that was my biggest thing, especially in that Camaro, because it came,
really?
yeah, came with Goodyear tires, and I was like, oh, this ain't gonna work. Mm-mm. But I buy Cooper tires,
Okay.
and that's what I've always bought for every vehicle. Except on the Camaro, the last time I bought them, they were $600 and something, and that was probably 2018. 2017 was the last time I had to buy a set of tires.
Okay.
These hurt, and I can imagine. I got them at a small town backdoor type thing, so I couldn't imagine going to Bowling Green to buy them.
Yeah. Right.
They would have been $200 or $300 more.
Yep.
So
what are you gonna say? It's only the rubber capital of America. It's only like 25 miles away. You used to be able to get a good deal out the back door. There is no back door now.
Not anymore.
A few of the companies still have headquarters buildings there, but the smell of rubber is no longer a part of Akron. Oh God, I used to hate the stink of that town, but it was the smell of money.
Yes, it was.
And now it's gone. Now it's gone.
Yeah.
Now the smells are entirely different.
Exactly.
Yes.
Jay made the comment, said Goodyear Aqua Tread. If I buy a tire, I don't need to buy one for specific. I'm not going to buy a snow tire. I'm not going to buy. I want an all-weather one. Thank you very much. So I'll just stay away from Goodyear because that's a little bit more expensive than what my little Cooper tires are. But I mean, they're good. They're good tires. I've never had any problems out of them. They used to be an off-brand. I don't think they are anymore. I think they've been so good that they're now a pretty well recognized brand.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Ron said on his newer car, at least it came with Goodyear, not Firestone. Well, you're still screwed either way. Just saying.
Yeah.
Michelin's are high dollar. Beige are high dollar.
Well, the only thing I can say about I had Michelin's on the Escape, and there were Michelin's on the Ranger when I first got it, and they were really good tire, good wearing tire. But by the time I got rid of them, they were hard as rocks.
Oh wow!
But they were like 7-8 years old, So okay. Yeah.
I noticed on the truck, and that's why I went ahead and got the tires when I did on the outside driver's front, just right there on that side. It was getting smooth, and I was like, "Ooh, that's not good." So let's get new tires.
Nope. That's too bad.
But we're done.
So anyway, the topic I came up for today was my usual serendipitous kind of thing. And it took a couple of hints to get me to this one. And I got to explain. The way I look at things, and pretty much always have looked at things, is I've got 3 boxes that I put things in. I've got the black box, which is the truth. The white box, which is just miss that. That's the trash box. And the middle box, which is a pretty big box. It's all the gray things, It's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily false, but it's kind of shaky. A lot of things in there. But the gray things are things you'll kind of look at and put another note in from time to time, you know? Eventually you go back and you say, oh, well, that thing's doesn't belong in the gray box anymore. It's got enough hash marks, but that should be over here in the black box, you know? It's almost black. It's been pretty reliable and things are working for it. And I was thinking, well, how does that work? What does that work with? Because what I was thinking of was some of my reading lately. I mean, I'm reading a book that was only a couple of years. I said, oh, I knew that. I knew that years ago. I knew that years ago. Well, how did I know that years ago? Well, I just did. I can't say that I read it somewhere. I can't say that someone told me about this particular thing. And I was thinking, well, okay, what can I put in that used to be in the gray box and now it's no longer in the gray box? Okay, let's pick reincarnation. I can say, okay, when I was a kid, I'd heard of it. You just set them on fire. When the boxes get full, you set them on fire. No. You move a lot of stuff from the gray box into the white box, which recycles. Yeah. But I would say as a kid, it was never in anything I was taught when I was a kid, or got in church or whatever. I said, okay, let's look at that. Why did my idea of that change? I said, well, okay. When was the first time I think I can remember hearing about? Was probably in one of those kind of the Leonard Nimoy specials. Okay, In Search of Reincarnation. You know, no, and it was Edgar Casey, and some of the things that were in his books, and say, okay, yeah, maybe, but I'm not convinced. Let's just go along with it. And then I had my experience. Okay. And I popped out of my body and visited a very pleasant place for a few minutes, and they sent me back. And I said, okay, that was weird, but I don't know that didn't make the difference. And so really through most of my life, it was a thing that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter on a day-to-day way of looking at things. Okay. It's not going to change the price of gas. It's not going to change whether it's hot or rainy. And I said, okay, that's interesting, but not important. Then suddenly, nothing suddenly, okay. In my middle to late 50s, now I would say by that point, that gray topic had gathered so many little hash marks that it wasn't gray anymore. Suddenly, that absolutely believe that is true. I can't prove it's true. You know, there's no authority. There's no source. You know, it's not scientifically provable, I don't think. But it's true. I absolutely believe it's true. I treat it like it's true. it's about the same time I started looking at the UFO topic again. I can remember probably the first book I read on that was Flying Saucers, Serious Business. It was printed sometime down in the late 50s, you know? And it was more of a chronicle of all the cases, a lot of the cases up to that point. I said, okay, and the fact that it was a local legend, because only a few miles from where I was born was Flatwoods, West Virginia, the home of the Flatwoods Monster.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I heard about that. When I was knee high to a grasshopper, you know. And the thing was, there were a lot of people that just laughed at it, but the people who knew people said something happened there, you know. And given
does a lot.
Given that anywhere outside, the further away you got, the more derisive the story became. Okay, and but if you were there and the people that were there in the area that knew the people said, yeah, something happened there. I can't tell you what happened there, but something happened there. And that's pretty much the way it is. But that kind of pushed me into that, gave it a toggle mark, because the stories in the news, the stories in the storybooks, okay, say, oh no, don't pay any attention to that. But in actuality, the people who were there, the people who knew the ground, who knew the people, said, yeah, this happened. So that one was in the gray, and it's still pretty gray because there hasn't been any new evidence that's come up. It's just there, and it still exists, and you still hear about it. And you can't say what happened. There weren't any photos, but something happened. Something definitely happened. I put that really in a case in the same status as like Roswell. Roswell has a lot more. Roswell involved so many more people. Okay, you know, this was the Army, damn it. There had to have been, beyond the people in an Army town, okay? Beyond that, there were a lot of people involved. There were a lot of, and a lot of it got out before the hammer came down on it. Okay, but and I guess the other thing there is, until Roswell happened, there wasn't a hammer to come down on these stories. Not the way there was when Flatwoods was 1952. You figure if there was something that was already starting up and in place to quiet these stories down, it had another 5 years to kind of get its feet under it. And by that time, the stories, the derision effect, okay, the laughability of it was entirely different than it was in, the aviator whose story coined flying saucers in Washington State. His story went out without any particular clamped down on it. Roswell but Roswell was Roswell. Roswell was the only nuclear base in the United States. That brought an entirely different seriousness to the situation, and they clamped down on it. They clamped down on it hard. There's no doubt about that. But it continues. It keeps going. It keeps going and keeps going. Little bits and pieces crop up from time to time, and I'm talking really little bits and pieces. They've been picking up unusual metallurgical samples out there in the desert, and well, a bunch of guys crawling on their knees, only going to get so much. They did it. I'm sure they did a damn good job.
I'm sure.
You're only going to get so much.
Yeah, but then the wind blows and a whole different layer is removed and somebody finds something else. But also, have you noticed? I know you have. That's kind of a stupid question. They rewrite history as it presents, as it suits them.
Yes.
People will put things in, and then one person screws up everything, and then there's 100 people running around trying to show that person was false, and it was just a lie they came up with. We do a lot of that.
That's the third way of telling a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the truth, take the whole truth, and balloon it all out of proportion.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
that's in the books. That's a way to kill a story. You pay somebody to write a story that blows it all out of proportion, adds a whole lot of details that are just out of their fucking imagination, and put that on the front page, and they'll kill the story because everybody says,
yes.
"Well, that guy's a drunk. He's been a drunk for 20 years.
Oh yeah,
and he's driving a new car.
Yeah,
but his story,
yeah,
he's the one that came up with that story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't do that. They did it. Well, that was Mac Brazel, wasn't it? But they kept him at the sheriff's office for all day.
Yeah.
And the next week he had a brand new truck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And also,
he never talked about the things found on his ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. Hey.
So and that's like we came up with what was it? We've heard of Travis Walton's story for many, many, many years, and then how it could not be all of them told the same story. Nobody's changed anything, and then all of a sudden, Mike. Mm-hmm. Somebody says they record Mike saying the whole thing was fabricated, and Lord, did that stirred up?
Yes, it did.
A lot. That was bad.
Yep.
And that was the thing that people even listened to that, but that was done on purpose.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because Travis's new movie deal thing, I guess, and that was something else that I'm not sure a lot of people are aware of, but he didn't make anything off of that huge movie that was done. No. Was it
the original? Yes.
In the Sky that was done in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. None of them made anything.
No.
Because they didn't know, and that's like you and I can't fathom the amount of money that comes out of movies. I mean, when they tell you that it costs $3 million to make, and they made $50 million the first weekend, that's just the first weekend. That's not the next weekend, the weekend after, when it's released, when it's streaming, when it can be rented, when it can be sold as a DVD. The money that these people miss out on is unbelievable.
Yeah, Travis could have had little lumberjack guys, you know.
Oh
He'd
yeah,
been the next GI Joe.
yes,
Taking,
yes.
taking his axe to a flying saucer, you
He
know.
could have had his own little toys out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Avi Loeb from Harvard, who went to New Zealand to pick up the pieces of extraterrestrial metal
Quote
from
unquote.
and it was certainly extraterrestrial metal.
Hmm.
It was just a plain old meteorite.
Yeah.
Of course, it's unusual to have one strike an observed piece of shallow ocean where they said, "Yeah, we're just going to go out here and drag some magnets through and see what we found," and they did. When that white hot piece of metal hit the surface of the ocean, it just exploded.
Right.
Exactly what they would have. Yeah, and yep, they've got him some ET, but ET just means extraterrestrial. It doesn't mean it was a alien lunchbox or anything, you know.
Wouldn't that be
It
cool?
might have, maybe it was. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know what they used to make lunchboxes.
Yeah.
It could have been. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, Marco and Jay are talking about the kids in Africa that
Yes.
the ship that came down
And the kids in Australia. There were 2 of those. Yep.
Yeah.
School's back. The kids are all up and around. The dogs are going to bark. Come play with me, please. I'm so lonely.
Quit walking by the house.
Yeah.
Why are you not stopping?
They're walking down the street again.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's, your gray box, and we put the UFO stories in there. We put the political stories in there. Little bits and pieces of things that we hear.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, Jay, I mentioned to Jay I was going to do this topic today, and he said, yeah, how's that about Bob Lazar? Which box is he in? He's in the dark. He's in the dark gray box.
I was going to say, I think, but and this is the thing too, and I know people, but this is something he is stuck by for.
Yes.
He's kind of he's just stuck by it, and
he hasn't changed his story.
It's destroyed his life. If it was alive, he could have easily, even if it was not alive, he could have easily have come out and said, yes, I made this up. This was a lie. I'm done.
Yeah.
But he continued with it.
Wouldn't have hurt him anymore.
No.
Yeah. He could have recovered from that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But Jeremy Corbell, in this last movie that he did,
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you should see that.
I know. I should see a lot.
I did. Jay and I watched it. And
what's it called?
Dirk? I don't know. I don't remember.
I think Jay's talking about you.
Yeah. I've never yelled that in my life. Okay, come over here, kid. Show me that bicycle. What are you doing?
Yeah.
The thing that was most convincing about that new movie was the trick that Lazar and Corbell set up on the government. They supposedly discussed some unusual material that they were going to share for the movie. that happened to be known as 115.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the next day,
Mm-hmm.
there was a group of federal agents there to search Lazar's facilities.
Yes.
Never existed. But
That they
that,
found.
that they didn't find anything. It never.
They
If
didn't.
if he had it, it sure as hell wasn't there.
Right.
But the fact that they showed up on cue
Yes.
says something very,
Yes.
very interesting, I think.
And see, that
So,
brings up the conversation as well. If I had a crash out here in the middle of my farm,
mhm.
I'm not calling anybody.
You wouldn't have
Nope.
to. You sorry, Donald. You wouldn't have to.
I don't think they would know
Okay.
unless they.
I heard this story locally about a meteor that crashed southwest of here southeast of here on a farm. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this was quite a few years back, but they called. They thought. I don't think it was ever considered to be a possible plane crash, but they did send the fire department out for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Before they could get them out there,
Mm-hmm.
there were unknown federal authorities that said,
Mm-hmm.
"Go home. We got nothing for you here.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing here that interests you. Just
Right.
go on home." Yeah.
Mhm.
Pay no attention, but you can't go down this road for a couple hours.
Right. Yeah.
And that, yes,
It's flooded. You can't pass.
and
It's not
and that,
rained in 3 months, but it's flooded. Y'all can't go through.
yes.
Mhm.
By the way, just don't just put your little roadblocks up there, and we'll tell you when you can come back and pick them up.
Yes.
That I can tell you for an absolute certainty that happened. I don't know why. I can guess.
Mm-hmm.
I can guess a number of possibilities. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but how the hell did they, whoever they were, get there before the local fire department could?
Because they knew.
10 miles away. Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
But see,
Absolutely.
that's my thing. So I guess what I need to do now is go ahead and put signs out on my property that
Mhm.
charges any military vehicle that goes across my land. Because seriously, if something like that was to happen, I mean, that's my hayfield.
Mm,
That's
yes.
that's income.
Right, yes. Crop
They're gonna
circles. Crop
quit.
circles.
Yeah.
Just crop. Pay no attention. Just crop circles, but
That's
it's
right.
$10. It's $10 a car.
Right. That's exactly right. But yeah, and that would be another one of those things too. Like if something like that happened, military showed up, don't think I'm not calling or sending a mass text to every TV station, every whatever. Y'all need to come here.
And just how would you do that?
I have a phone.
Yeah, no. In that case, you used to have a phone. you have a paperweight in your hand. You don't have a phone.
By the time they get done with it, yeah.
Suddenly you have a paperweight in your hand. You don't have a phone anymore.
Right.
You get your passenger pigeons.
There you go.
Tie it to the leg. Fly away! Boom! Boom!
That's right.
Okay, let's try something else. Damn it.
Oh, but I've got that little
No.
gadget that you sent to me that it's got that distress light on it.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, I'll just
We'll
put that out.
Flash Morse
Oh.
code
So-
signals.
Yes, and one of the lights that's on it is red, blue.
Oh my God! Yeah,
It does. So
strobe.
I showed that
So
to
good.
one of the guys that that works there, he's retired police,
Mhm.
and we were talking about different lights and things like that. And he
Oh
said,
my
"You're
God.
not
Oh
allowed
my,
to put
oh my
the blue
God.
light on anymore."
You're really going to have fun. You put
So
that
I
on your,
brought it. I
you
brought
put
it.
you put that light up on your people just
Put
open
it on
dash.
my dash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know." He said, "That's not allowed." I was like, "Got one."
Mm.
Sorry.
Mm. I didn't know that to do that. Jay does though, because he's got one just like it.
Yeah, yeah. It does. It's got a white one that comes on and
Mhm.
stays on. Then it's got one that flashes a lot real quick, and then it's a
Yeah.
slow flash, and then it's the red, and then it's the blue.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, I could have fun with my friends. Especially when we leave the restaurant, I'll just drive behind her and follow her for a little while, and then I'll just boop
There
those
you
little
go.
lights.
Gray
Gray box.
box aliens. Enigmatic nature,
Mhm.
advanced technology, peaceful intentions, unique biology, interdimensional, ancient, unknown agenda. Mm, yeah, that pretty much that's pretty good description.
You know, they've interacted with us for thousands of years, and now all of a sudden we're being
That's
told
pretty.
they're
That's
dangerous.
pretty certain. That is pretty certain. I think. I think it's.
Oh
There's no
yeah.
doubt in my mind that the stories that we've heard going, good grief, going back to as long as we've had stories,
Oh yeah.
indicates that they're here, they're interested, and without being self-serving or too much,
Hmm.
um, they should be.
Hmm.
I do not think that intelligent species, even only as intelligent as we are,
Hmm.
which is highly doubtful sometimes,
True.
um, is rare.
Hmm.
In fact, I think living worlds are rare.
Hmm.
Okay, it's not every. I don't know what the ratio is, but rarity upon rarity upon rarity. That's what the Drake equation,
Hmm.
you know, says.
Hmm.
We're a rare sort,
Right.
and even if there's 100 in this galaxy, I would be surprised. That's a pretty big number, but it's a big galaxy.
Hmm.
But assuming
Yep.
that we survive this birth pains and get off this damn single planet, uh,
Leaving.
might be we could conceivably be around or our descendants for a couple of million years.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we've got a couple of million years behind us. You know, having a couple more million years ahead of us isn't asking all that much.
Well, you know, as our technology improves and advances,
Yes.
theirs does too. So we're always going to be behind.
Eh. Uh, ask. Okay, I bet you there is a tribesman in New Guinea.
Hmm.
Okay, that was late Stone Age in his culture when he was born,
Hmm.
who's now got a PhD in sociology out of Harvard.
Oh
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely.
so among intelligent people, the
Hmm.
amount of data in the database you're working with is not a measure of your intelligence,
Right.
right? So I think we'd catch up pretty fast for the most part.
Hang on. I got to deal with animals. I'll be right back.
Ah, oh, at least they're quiet. They don't disrupt the sound flow. uh, Looking back, tactical flashlights. Yes. That's another thing. I think in that movie he said that he believed he was told that the old craft that they found was in the range of 50,000 years old. So I don't know, maybe it had like mastodon dung on it or something, you know. I mean, it's like anything else. If it was, we just don't know. You know, we don't know. My big thing with Lazar is that even when it would have been to his advantage, he didn't change the story. And the other thing is, I think it's a pretty fair. It's a possibility. I don't know how likely it is, but it's a possibility that he was recruited, curated, and educated, and then dumped for the reason of, okay, we've been saying for decades now that if people found out about this stuff, they would go crazy, that the fucking societies would collapse and whatever. So let's put this story out there with some credibility. And part of the story, we'll prepare it, we'll tell this guy and we'll turn him loose.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how people react to it. Not what, and people basically said, yeah, so what?
Mm-hmm.
Really? And
nobody cares, really. They don't.
Yeah.
Until it happens to them. But there's oofies. Can you envision any future for space-going humanity that is any different than the aliens in Independence Day?
Yes, absolutely. Easy. Star Trek. Damn it. It's the, oh gosh. Yes. I think, look, if
Marco falls up underneath the
humans,
I believe the media thing. Said he's a phony, never worked there. Stan Friedman said it.
You can't.
Sorry.
People, educations, licenses, bank accounts can
All
disappear in an
Tomorrow.
instant. Look, you're going to have to take my word for it on that. That's all.
What happened?
That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm. People disappear. I mean, if you, what, Men in Black, when they said, they erased fingerprints, you're gone.
Yes.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yes, I am too. Hi, Kevin.
So.
Yeah, that's a real deal. I think Marco just wants to pick a fight. He thinks Travis Walton's also fake.
Hey, I love an argument. I love an argument. I really do. Because what's true, that which withstands examination is more likely to be true. Okay? When it first came out that, well, we can't find any paper. We can't find any work
anything
that he's ever done anywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Then somebody in
bottom
the bottom drawer and pulled a Lawrence Livermore phone book out. Oh,
Mhm.
Bob Lazar.
Right. Showed he was there.
Look.
Oops, they
Yeah,
forgot to burn all of that.
yeah, exactly. You know, it's it's
So it's just what people want
it's
to get into, what they want to believe,
yes,
how far they want to go, because that rabbit hole can get mighty deep and it can
and
just
mighty lonely, and
going.
sometimes cold and dark, and there's little critters.
Exactly.
Walls. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Yes, we never.
Mhm. But I mean, and it does. And there's been times in the past, and I haven't done it so much here lately because I'm just like, I've got to keep my mind focused on
Mm, okay,
surviving, just living, just day to day crap. But there
don't
were
we
times,
all?
yeah, there were times that I would grab a notebook and I would start with one little question.
Mm,
And by the time I got done writing down what if, had this happened, did this happen, where did it go, who did it
oh,
lead? I
yes.
had like 5 pages, and I'm like, I've got to stop. I can't,
Mm,
because you can get obsessed with this. And unless I was a billionaire that I could sit at home and I could just write shit on post-its and put it up on the wall all over my house till I found
post-its
the
and
connection.
string. Post-its and string. Yes,
Yes. Like the yes, exactly.
yes.
I
One
mean,
of these days.
it could get bad. Yeah. One of these days the aliens are gonna come down and make me a billionaire and I'm gonna be able to stay home and do this all day.
Mm,
So that's what I'm waiting on.
we all do it.
Hmm.
We all do it. Well, those with an inquiring minds, we do it to an extent. Okay,
We really do.
and it's like my gray boxes.
Hmm.
Okay, you
Yes.
get this one little point on the chart,
Hmm. Hmm.
and suddenly you got strings from all over everywhere coming to that same point. You say, I need to examine this point, this one fact, this one nexus,
Yes.
because there's a lot of things pointing this way.
Hmm.
So we're going to have to look at that pretty closely.
Hmm.
That will give us, because it's important.
Yeah.
Even if it's there's two strings, happenstance. Three strings, look. 10 strings, you really need to look at that very closely.
Oh yeah. 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 Definitely. Yeah. I've got a friend of mine, and her and I have always joked for years. It was like if we had the money and post-its
Mhm. Mhm.
of
Oh my
every
God.
for years. I mean, we would write shit down and we would just stick it somewhere and go, we need to look into this. We need to
Well,
look into this. And
shall
things
we?
happen. You just don't. But
Hmm.
it's been pretty, that rabbit hole. And the three boxes, like you're talking about, the lies in the white box
Mhm.
sometimes
Yes.
can be removed and put into the gray, because something that
Yes.
you've been told all your life that was a lie, that it was a fake, it didn't work, it never existed, or whatever. And then you get to a point in your life, you're going, oh, wait a minute. That was a lie that I was told all of my life. So let's take it out of here. Let's put it into the gray box. And then we'll see if we can ever take it to the black.
Yep. Well, there's a friend of mine, I'd like to call him a friend, I've been to his home, who has a radio show that they've been doing a series of mostly historical, but mostly kind of conspiracy minded things like the Kennedy assassination
Hmm.
and um, Watergate and
Hmm.
the kerfuffles in the Middle East and all that kind of thing. And he's been doing it. His name's Joey Medea,
Hmm. Yeah,
and
Joey. Yeah.
yeah, he's been doing, and he and Craig have been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think Beyond the Outer Realms has been on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it has. And I'll tell you, they do some good shows.
They
And
do.
I have listened carefully to most of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not they've done some diligent work
Mm-hmm.
on that stuff because it's always been kind of an interest to me.
Right.
And they're not missing. I just love saying, oh, but what about? not
Yes.
not that anything you've said is wrong, but did you make this connection yet? Did you make that connection yet? Love doing that.
Yes.
And I would suggest that to anybody. It's so much. Don't take it too, but that's a rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take it too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you take it seriously, then you think there's something that needs to be done about it.
Right.
Or can be done about it.
Mm-hmm.
About the only thing you can do about it is accept that things aren't what you thought they were.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And stand vigilant to the next, be ready for the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
Because you can't change the past. But you
Right.
can damn well modify the future. And that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to step away for just a second. I have another one.
They were probably sent here to they were probably sent here by a 3-letter agency to divert us from the proper path back to things that were more acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Jay. Hi, sweetie.
Jay. Glad you made it, babe. You're only, but we're still having fun. We're still having fun. We, gosh, I lost my track. But there are so many of those kinds of things. I'm going to take this into the ghost realm now. It's gray box.
Did you mind as well?
Gray box stuff. Okay. There is so much. And I can say, as a kid, like before I went to school, there were ghost stories,
Mm-hmm.
and there were family ghost stories. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This happened to this person, and this happened to that person, and this one saw that, and this one heard this.
Mm-hmm.
So it started out from a different. It wasn't really gray, because you heard about that in church. You know, that was almost black box stuff when you were a kid, and then you spent that's just. Pay no attention to that stuff. That's just to scare the children. Okay?
Closet monster.
Yes. And then we come back at some point along the line,
Mm-hmm.
come back and say, but what if that's real?
Mm-hmm.
If there's a portion of my being that might have lived in another body before, okay?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Then what did I do when I wasn't here? You know?
Exactly.
So you have to look at that. And you have to look at it. Expands your
Mhm.
picture
Mhm.
of the geography. Okay,
Right.
it's not just here; it's here and here and here, and this way, and they're all different. They're all different things. Okay, poltergeists may be entirely different from
They are.
from talking. Okay,
Yes, they are.
we don't know. We don't know who is doing what from where, or if there's any intelligent thing involved. Maybe it's a reflection of our own consciousness on reality that
Right.
bounces up and comes back at us. We don't know, but there is enough proven
Mhm.
scientifically. Damn it, it's on tape. Run the tape, damn it.
People
Okay,
don't believe that either.
I know, but there's something going on there, and there's something and it's something that's been going on for as long as there have been people for it to happen to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, people have feelings.
Mhm.
People who about something that's going on. The number of stories of people that says, "Well, there I was driving along the road, la da 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 da, and I stopped, and I didn't know why I stopped,
But I stopped.
and then and then
Exactly.
this 18-wheeler ran the red light right in front of me.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I stopped.
Yes.
It happens.
Mhm.
We don't know why, but but there's so much evidence that it does happen that you can't dismiss it out of hand. But nobody wants to study it. Okay,
Well,
nobody wants to put numbers, days, and dates and numbers to that. It's hard work to do that,
right.
and who's going to get paid? It's not like, well, I'm going to put hard work and numbers into building a better engine that I can
Right.
get paid $1 million for.
Right.
That I'm going to work on. But
Exactly.
this soft stuff, no. Oh, that's just
Yeah.
crazy. That's made up. No, that's just not very profitable. Yes.
Well, and two, it's one of those things. If it does, in our society fell into this many years ago, and that's why our government has just taken advantage of everything. We've gotten into this complacency of, if it doesn't affect me, I don't care.
Mm.
I
Oh
don't want to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
about it.
Well, that's
So
like I think that's an information overload thing, because seriously, we're not built to function in all this. You know?
it's one
Yeah.
of those things that you would, if it bothered you bad enough, you would have to do something about it.
Yes. If you take it
No, like,
seriously, yes, you have to act on it.
started a
It will
revolution
tear you up. Yes.
200 years ago because it's going to
Yeah.
tax my teeth. And now we're
You
paying
attack, what?
taxes.
Damn it.
We're paying a
Yeah.
luxury tax on gasoline, if you can believe that. It's called a luxury tax when that should be a necessity, and y'all need to take your taxes away.
Well,
Cigarettes,
okay.
alcohol, I'm
Look,
surprised.
look at the things. Look at the things where the price is going up now, right now. Okay. I mean,
Damn cat.
gasoline, food. Those, believe me, when those prices go up, people notice. The other thing about those things is
Definitely.
gasoline, any petroleum products or gasoline, there's only about 5 global producers that handle it all. If Believe me, they know the weight that they throw around.
Hmm. Hmm.
When they raise the price that they're going to pay for a barrel of oil from Saudi Arabia from $79 to $150,
Hmm.
they know what they're doing.
They
And
do.
they know it's going to make them a lot of money. Okay? The past
But
2 years, the past
yeah.
2 years, the oil and petroleum companies have made all-time record profits in
But no, that's what I'm getting.
in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
No, I get it.
Okay?
Let's get away from that. Let's go back to where I
Okay.
was talking about.
Okay.
We're not
Well,
going to do this.
let's start. Let's go. Yes. Fine.
But no, what I was, if it's just one of those things, a paranormal event. Not everybody gets
Mhm.
these every day, and
No.
if they some people get them, and I can say I'm one of them. I've had those my entire
Somewhat,
life,
some regularity. Yes.
but I didn't know it was paranormal.
Mm.
That was part of my life. So whenever I got, married, had a child, divorced, married again, and then my child, he grew up, and I was done being a mom, basically. Not, as far as having
Yes.
one at home, he left the house. So I'm like, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do something that I've always had an interest in my entire life.
Mhm. Okay.
And the first time I walk into this place, I have this awesome experience, and even had a photo evidence and never could get the girl to send me the picture. And then, oh, oops, she lost it. Oh, anyway. So then I go back and have another one, way more substantial than did the first one. And I
Mhm.
thought, okay, so this is happening for a reason. So I'm just going to keep doing this stuff. And the more that I got to investigating and looking into all of the paranormal activity stuff, something would happen. And I'm like, that happened when I was a kid. Is that not supposed to happen to everybody? And, you know, and then even if this event happened, there would be a couple of people that would be freaking out. And I'm like, I don't understand why you're upset.
Mhm.
This has always happened, right? So the more I get into it, the more I did investigations and the more that things happened, I noticed, I mean, it was when stuff happened, I was excited and I was glad for it to happen, but I'm like, what's the big deal? Why are people so against and unbelieving, and
Mhm.
why does this upset you so bad? And just because this one little thing just happened, why are you jumping through the roof? And that was something I've had to step away, I guess, and get away from it for several years to
Mhm.
look at this. They're trying to put out this UFO stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody cares but the UFO community.
No.
That's what happened the first time. Nobody batted an eye. Then
Yep.
the second time it comes around, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. What happened yesterday in the news cycle? What happened last week? What is it that they're doing this for? So now we're into
Mhm.
looking for ulterior motives. And the
Mm.
word disclosure makes me want to vomit. I don't, and I had gotten to the point, seriously, if I heard that word, somebody talking about that, and listen to this crap. Why do you need a body of people that are ripping you off daily to tell you what you already know?
Yes. Yep.
And then what are you going to do afterwards?
Mhm.
Where's it going to go? So are you going to start following the government for all of your information?
Well,
Because now they're saying, oh, yeah, here they are.
yes.
Mm,
If oh my God. if Joe Biden ordered every newspaper, every radio station, every TV station, every internet outlet to put a big headline banner on tomorrow, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The aliens are here. We know they're here.
We'd laugh our ass off at him.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I don't know how else could you, if they did that all over the world, okay?
No, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Nobody would want to change socks. Let alone change anything significant. Nobody would want to change at all. Anything.
Wouldn't care.
You know? Coffee. Oh, don't buy this coffee. This is the aliens coffee.
Ooh, maybe Alan Smith
But
was like really.
it's not Budweiser. It's
yeah. Put your glasses on.
yes. It's they. They Weiser.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is pretty funny though. But yeah, I am so against. I don't like the government anyway. And imagine that. I don't like somebody telling me
My
what
God.
to do. Imagine that.
We've got 6,000 years of history of people who don't like government.
And guess what?
No.
It's bigger than it's ever been. It just keeps growing. Just keeps growing. Let's add some more IRS agents to it. But maybe, here we go. This is what we could do. We could start taxing the aliens now. Once they get into our
damn
area.
right. We'll have tariffs. We'll build a wall in space, and we'll make the aliens pay for it.
When they pass through it, it's like boom.
Like it'll be like a peep show, you know? Okay. You guys from Zeta Reticuli, you got 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Then we're going to close the shutters. You want to study Earth? That'll be $39.95.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's what we need to do because for the longest time they were talking about let's legalize drugs so we can tax it. Okay, that's smart. Because then they would put a luxury tax on that like they do gasoline and alcohol. And
yes, it would be high quality drugs then.
Mm-hmm.
They turn all that over to the FDA and the National Institute of Health.
Oh, then everybody
we know that's all 100%.
Yeah, that's all safe. Yeah.
Big pharma.
Yeah.
That big pharma handle that for you.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Phew. But I don't know. I'd like to see how they're going to regulate crack, meth. Let's bring that to the table. Y'all need to do that.
They'll probably do almost as well as they've done with marijuana.
They're working on it. They're working on it. Hey, they got the medical stuff now.
That's true. I have absolutely no idea. How much does medical marijuana cost?
I don't know. Insurance pays.
No. What's the cash price? That's what I want to know.
Or the sellers or the processors. I don't know.
If I were a smoker, mm-hmm. and I wanted a joint, okay, nicely, how much would it cost me? I'm just curious as hell. Mm-hmm. I really have no idea. It's not a matter of great interest to me. Mm-hmm. But I want to compare that today's price, mm-hmm. Today's legal price, okay, whatever that is, to what the price was in 1970 on the street.
So let's see. In the 80s for a joint, It was like $1.50 to $2.
That's no, that fits
But
my memory pretty well.
this stuff now is not your high school week. This is
Oh, sure, they say that.
totally different stuff. Way different. Plus, it can come in a vape. It comes in a gummy. It comes in chocolate. It comes, however, whatever. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd hate to think. I mean, good Lord. Of course, back in the late '80s too, pack of cigarettes was like 90 cents.
Yeah.
Now they're 7. So I can't imagine what a joint would
Yeah.
cost.
I remember, and this is one of those things that kind of surely I don't care. In 1960,
Hmm.
you could buy a gallon of gas,
Hmm.
a pack of cigarettes,
Hmm.
and a loaf of bread,
Hmm.
and still take a quarter home from $1.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Because
Yeah.
cigarettes, and bread were all the same price for.
I can remember Mom sending me to the general store,
Yeah.
and she told me what all to get.
Yep.
$2. I looked at her and I was like, "Is this going to be enough?" And she said, "If it's not, you better not come home with anything." Okay.
Yes.
Back would change. I mean, at that age, I mean, I didn't have a clue about money. I mean,
Neither. Yeah. That's
well,
that's what I'm going
I
by.
didn't have a clue what stuff cost. So, like, I didn't know what a loaf of bread was.
Yes.
Land Taft's Grocery. He had 2 in Madisonville, Kentucky. 2 general stores and those lasted up until I think the late 70s
Yeah.
and ended up. I mean, he was the mayor. He got elected mayor. He had 2 general stores
Well,
in
yeah.
Madisonville, and everybody loved him. So they made him mayor.
He could campaign from behind the counter,
Yeah.
and everybody walked in there.
Well, yeah. I got a coupon for bread, 5 cents off.
Coupons, and he had your credit account right there.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. You're good.
But he bettered.
In
He bettered.
those days, they did. My God, you know.
But the things he did, I mean, he made a lot of money. He bettered the community.
Hmm.
He knew what was, and everybody liked his ideas. I mean, he was mayor for a long time. But anyway, and they've got several things, and it's little people like that in these little towns. So that little bit of history that
Hmm.
gets so lost in this great big world.
Yes.
So when you're talking about hauntings and things like that, places that are paranormal, I mean,
Oh my God.
somebody
Yes.
with a big personality like
Ooh,
that have, I mean, they're still trying to conduct
I
business.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because anytime you're studying the paranormal,
Mhm.
you end up studying history. You end up studying real, local, confirmable
Yes.
history.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't have to take somebody's word for it,
Right.
or you take a lot of people's word for it.
Yeah, you
Because
do
you go back and you find out, and then you get the story from 4 or 5 different sources. And you say, okay, that's most likely what really happened here. Okay.
right. And you
They,
can back that up
yeah.
with newspaper articles. And I'll tell you something else that gives you a whole lot of history, usually 99% of the time, is when you research the deed, all the
Yes.
deeds to that property from there. So it's like if you see a property that's been sold 30 times in the last 45 years,
Mhm.
there's a problem.
Yes.
There's, there's something going on. Or, and I can remember there was a house that I went to in the middle of a subdivision. And as far as we knew, this was the only place that was having any kind of problems at all.
Okay.
That house was in the middle of what used to be 2,000 acres in that town. And
Okay. Ah,
whenever the owner passed away, he willed it to the next person and said, and in the will, it kind of said, I know you're going to sell it. And even on the selling, the part of the deed, it said, I know you're going to sell it, but no black person is to own 1 acre of
oh,
this property.
on our original
That's
deed
how
here in
old that was.
Ohio, it was in the incorporation of the state of the town of Sebring in the state of Ohio. Uh, no. Oh, and no alcohol, no
Yes,
glass,
exactly.
and there's a whole freaking. It was a company town
Hmm.
run by the Potteries, for the Potteries, by the Potteries, and that was
Right,
it. You know,
right.
and there are more churches in this town than there. Well,
Hmm.
at one time, we had more bars and churches than any other city in the state of Ohio. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
you
definitely.
know, and it was about a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, it didn't take much. I mean, and it's so when we did that investigation of that place, um, but it was very interesting to see all the deeds after that. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it ended up 100 years later being a subdivision.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really interesting. So it's like, but like I said, that was the only place that had any problems, and that's where the original homestead
Okay,
was.
it's that. Sure. Mm.
And even though that wasn't the same house or anything,
Yeah.
that was the only place in that area that had any kind of paranormal problems. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't anything that wasn't easily solved, not solved, livable.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to have to do to live with this.
Yes.
So,
I see that. Well, there. We're back to our nexus. It was the nexus point. You know.
hmm, yeah,
Yep.
I
Which
just,
which in the paranormal field,
hmm,
I have a gray theory. Okay. That once things start to happen,
hmm,
once you get a certain amount of crossing over from other parts of the universe that we're not formally conversant in,
hmm,
I think that weakens that that wall between here and there. Okay, it
okay,
creates a void in that membrane between, and
sure,
it doesn't go away very easily.
well,
Once it's created, it has a tendency to stay.
hmm,
Okay,
hmm,
and it just makes sense that way.
right,
There are there are places where things happen, and there are places where nothing happens. You know,
hmm,
what's the difference between this place and that place?
right,
Is something we can't see, something we can't measure, but it's there.
yes, yeah,
And that's a place where those two planes intersect a little bit wobbly or weaker in that joint
hmm,
than the other places.
yes.
So can't prove it yet.
Exactly. You can't
Yeah.
prove any of it. And and that's the thing. People wanted what can be proven. But we've also noticed that people, when things are still, when they're proven,
Hmm.
people are like, yeah, nah. I don't believe
Okay,
that.
so what? Okay, I can prove. I've got this special gizmo that I can look through, and
Mhm.
there's a weak spot, and
Right.
there's a weak spot, and there's kind of sometimes there's a weak spot over here, but it goes away.
Right.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay, and they would say, "So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Doesn't mean anything to me.
that's right,"
Mm.
because I don't believe anything. I don't believe there's anything on the other side of the
Because
weakness.
it doesn't affect me in my daily life, and it's not going to get in my way, and it's not going to keep me from going to the store or taking the kids to practice or school. I don't
Oh,
care.
yes, yes.
I don't care about that.
Oh God. Hmm.
Fun, fun, fun.
Let's see.
Society is great. Sometimes, okay, so this is another thought I had. All those weird people we see out there, or just people that are just plain just dumb. I wonder if our aliens took our intelligent people away and left their trash. You ever think
Ah.
that?
Hmm. I doubt it. Well, wait. Okay, if they were harvesting the cream of the crop,
Mhm.
maybe, maybe,
We don't really
maybe.
have a lot here. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But still, I
Yes.
saw the silliest video today, and it was this girl. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I could so see it happening because her face, her reaction just looked so genuine. But you know how our gas has 87, 89, and 91? She
Okay.
was like, you need to get the newest gas. And the question was, you think that was made in 1987, that was made in 1989, and that was made in 1991? She's like, yeah.
Oh my God. So okay. The vintage. Wait. No. Wait.
The way vintage is not the gas you want to get.
The newest vintage gas is the best.
Exactly.
After for some reason after 33 years it starts going bad. Actually that makes sense, right?
Exactly.
Kevin, welcome.
Speaking of bad, I'm officially here to make your all show bad.
Good, good.
What's up, my lovely people?
Oh my God,
Much.
we're just having a good time with this today. We're just
Tonight,
going all over. We're just going all over the place.
yeah, but here's the thing: you all seem you all like are on the same page tonight. Usually, I feel like
Oh,
there's I can see it in your all's eyes when you're not. But
yes. We're agreed. We've agreed
is that Bobby?
to
Mhm.
Robert.
stay away from current events.
Did you see me? I took the steering wheel and I like turned it really hard. Keep you off of it.
Yes.
Thank you. I do good. I do good things every once in a while.
We have fun. We try to have fun here. That's the point. Is have fun and laugh, and yeah, if we can throw a few serious thoughts into the mix, that's okay too.
Am I seeing the chat right that Ron is not a proponent of marijuana? Is that kind of what I'm getting?
I believe you're correct.
That
I thought he just hated tobacco.
Well, that might be his wacky weed, and we're talking about something else.
No, I guess Ron doesn't run. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
No,
I don't-
because I don't think a lot. Oh, wait a minute. No, he said.
he's
Oh,
pretty
here you go.
on
Yeah.
their own. Pretty much. Okay. Leave it to AJ to be the
Oh,
moderator.
Yeah, exactly.
moderator, the peacekeeper. That's AJ, the peacekeeper.
That's right. But yeah, that's I don't know, that's like hemp and all the different uses with hemp. Kentucky, that was legal up until the 70s, and then they yanked that away.
Yep.
Made
Well,
that
Some
illegal.
massive hemp farms here in this state.
Yes, we
Oh
sure
my
did.
God.
Now you can have hemp farms again, but
Yeah.
you have to be within 70 miles of a processor. Well, the nearest processor's in Paducah. So guess what? I've got 70 acres of farmland that can't produce hemp.
Hmm.
Stay
So,
tuned. Stay tuned.
yeah.
I think it's going to change.
I mean, it's the same, but
I think alcohol is worse than marijuana.
yeah, it is.
I think so.
Health wise, it does your body no good. You know, people who have accidents driving, you typically don't hear someone in a accident because he was or the person was, stoned.
Stoned.
Yeah, they're not going to go robbing people.
Well,
They'll come over and raid your pantry for chips and
Brownies. Any brownies, man?
By the way, Kevin, I'm always grateful for the cookies and the full refrigerator that you have at your house. That's saying.
Oh,
it's the least I can do.
oh my God.
Oh,
But
nothing's never for free, right? You know that.
Oh yes, I do. I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But yeah,
Mm.
at least there's food.
at least. Yeah.
But that's with the hemp and the alcohol, marijuana. So now I think now, this is okay. This is a law in Kentucky I don't understand, and Kevin, you may be able to clarify this. You can buy gummies that has THC. It's got all of this wonderful stuff in it, but yet if I take that and I'm drug tested, THC is against the law in Kentucky, and I can lose my job. So I don't understand how it is legal to sell that product in a state, but still be against the law to have it in your system. Y'all go
See,
figure
that's like fireworks.
Well, they shouldn't be testing for that, for starters. Because here's the thing: I know here in Louisville, and maybe it's statewide, they changed the law several years ago. If you get pulled over and you happen to have weed in your car, if you have a certain amount, it's they don't mess with you. I mean, that's how
But look at
relaxed
the
it's.
size of the city of Louisville. I think that's a lot of it, because I think here in my little community, if they wanted to, if I had that much, if I had a roach, if they wanted to, they could, they could get me for it. I think it's the size of the community. Because there
So
would be
I guess it's not a statewide thing, then, is what you're.
probably not. I wouldn't
Okay.
think so. But it may be. But if they don't want to enforce it, they don't have to. It's not like they're going to lose their jobs.
I mean, it's a wonder drug. It's a miracle drug, and you can argue the fact it comes from a natural plant. For the God-fearing people out there, I mean, isn't that what God
made it,
put
dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna
Don't blame me. Don't blame a chemist in China.
Well, that's like elderberries. Look at them now. They're all talking about that stuff. And the Amish they've known this stuff forever. But now you're going to find elderberry in everything. Charles has a confused look on his face. What?
Elderberries?
Elderberries.
What I don't honestly, I
I
was
have no
I was
idea what
just
it-
letting it slide.
I know
by
what an
because
elderberry is, but I
don't know what the hell. What is that?
didn't hear the latest on elderberries.
Don't make
like,
me
what are they
Google,
good for?
Google that.
What are they good
I
for?
think you're going to have to, but it's like a blueberry. It's
Yes.
not,
Well, they just say blueberry.
because it's not a blueberry, it's an elderberry.
It's
It
an
grows on
elderberry.
an elderberry tree.
Elder, spell
It's
it
not a blueberry or a huckleberry.
as in
It's not a
ELD.
blueberry. It's not a huckleberry. It's an elderberry. Yeah. different.
Like,
Not a young Barry.
both of you all are my elders. I'm just saying. Put a Barry at the end of that. I love you both.
Elderberries. Okay, there you go.
Oh,
Elderberries are incredibly healing. Okay.
See, AJ.
She's been eating Google for tonight. Really? Okay, mostly immune. Okay, all right. I have to check it. Is that? Where do you get
It
that?
is, yeah.
Where do you get it at?
Immune support.
I'm
Where
an
do you get
elderberry
that
bush.
Anywhere. Hey, if I can
Well,
go
no,
to
wait a minute. Anywhere. Define. Wait a minute. Can I go in?
Walgreens, you
So
can get
a
it.
store. Where
can
would
go
it be? Like in the medical section or
Vitamins.
vitamins?
They used to have elderberry wine.
They still do. Here.
Okay.
I'll have to find some.
Elderberry.
Yeah, they got elderberry wine. Yeah. Yeah, it's some good stuff.
The Amish drug.
Rhubarb pie. I've never had rhubarb pie, but I think I want to try it.
Oh.
Have you had it, Charles? Yeah, it is.
God.
The Amish community sells it for way cheaper than what a drugstore, and it's not as processed. It's more natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have any Amish in my speed dial, so I guess I'm gonna have to.
I don't think anybody does, sweetie.
That was my point.
It might be a regional thing.
I was just texting one of my Amish buddies.
Amish up here can have cell phones.
Oh, that's
It's the
Mennonites.
wires they don't.
There's
Yes.
a difference
long as
between
it's
Mennonites and
wireless.
Amish.
Well, okay.
There's a difference.
See, now
Yes.
I want to watch Weird Al's Amish Paradise video.
There you go. That's what we do.
Yeah. Excuse me. There were some unusual odors that reminded me of marijuana around the Amish last time I was doing any socializing in that area.
It's because
they-
they don't
they-
wear deodorant, probably. But
Yeah, believe me, I can tell the difference between horseshit and marijuana.
Okay, so that when I drive to work, you just said it, so I've got to follow this up with it. When I drive to work, that's when I know on this road that I have to pay attention, slow down if I see horseshit on the road because the Amish is going through there.
you've been warned.
Yes, you've been with the first bomb. So, yeah. But there's an Amish community. I don't think there ever has been in Edmonson County before, but now we had one that have moved in, and I've not visited their place, but they do the bakeries. They have their doctor. There's one in Scottsville where I work. That man stays covered up with people that have illnesses that regular doctors don't diagnose correctly, or you're not getting well. And you can go in there and he can look in your eyes and he can tell you exactly what it is you need. You go to their store, buy those herbs, take it exactly how he tells you to. But it's not anything like cancer or anything major illness, but it's just something like every day, like I can't freaking sleep. Why can't I sleep? You know, and he can tell you and he can tell you exactly what to do.
Then this
And
is
you
an
follow
Amish
it.
guy. No, I'm being serious. Is this an Amish guy for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's their doctor. And
I
I
think
don't
he'd look into my eyes and just say, "You're awful needy. You're a needy."
You got a little bit of girl in you. You need to you're a little
What's that
needy.
supposed to mean?
You're a little needy. Most girls are needy. That's
That
what
a
he would say.
stereotype?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it?
I think so.
I'm a pretty good driver, though.
Yeah.
All right, just staying with the stereotype thing, you know.
I drive us there, you drive us home. So yeah, you're a pretty good driver.
and you drive me crazy.
Yes, I'm good at that.
Mm.
See, elderberry's purple, so maybe you should get some of that in your Powerade.
I have to
Yeah.
check it out. I mean,
They've known that for a lot.
elderberry.
There's so many actually good herbal remedies, that go back to stuff that people knew 100 years ago, or 500 years ago.
Isn't dandelion supposed to be something? And
Like,
yeah,
it's still some of the best salad greens, actually. It depends on your taste, but good grief, I don't think dandelions are native to the North American continent. I think they were brought here. There's so many things that are along the roads and by the everywhere that are plants that were brought over for some pure purpose or another, and they took over. As things happen in ecologies all over the world,
damn foreigners. Here we go.
Would you call me? But what is the dandelion? The thing where
little yellow flowers.
no, I know that, but what don't they come from or transform into the cotton thing? What is it?
Oh yeah, the little cotton ball thing. That's how it spreads its seeds. Mm-hmm.
Were you one of those assholes back in the day that would make someone laugh or open their mouth and you'd shove the thing?
I didn't do that. I wasn't that bad. When I was a kid, I was pretty sweet. Then I grew up and got over it.
You were what?
When I was a child, I was a sweet kid, but when I grew up, I got over it.
We all go through phases, right?
I got over being nice. Now I'm just me. But no, the other herbs, I've seen other things. It was like weeds that grow in your garden. I've seen pictures of those. They're like, that's good to eat for an herb or something like that, using tea. And we kill it. We spray it with Roundup.
Goodness, yes.
I don't want to eat. I want to eat grass, but I tell you what, if I had to, I would. I'd eat grass before I would a mushroom.
We eat wheat.
That's
you'd eat grass before what?
A mushroom, because I don't know.
Is in a psychedelic mushroom, or you're talking just like the
any mushroom that I see growing? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
The difference in them, so I'm not going to, and that's just like berries on a bush. I'm not going to eat something that I don't know what it is because it could be poison.
No, that's not guaranteed. That's not a good way to go.
Unless the blackberries are blooming and the honeysuckles are going and the cherries are on the tree and the apples are. That's all I'm eating because that's all I know. I don't know what else to say.
But the point is, if you were living there 100 years ago, you would have you'd have dozens of different things. I mean, I can go back to my grandmother, and she was kind of that way. Anytime anything was wrong, there was something out of the woods or the forests or the meadows that was good for it. Who needs big pharma when you've got a whole world out there that you're familiar. If you're familiar with that world, that time and that place, this is how it works. And we've done that. We've done that for tens of thousands of years.
But now you're made fun of.
Yes.
If
you even
suggest natural.
That elderberries.
How people make fun of that? Because I haven't really heard
Yeah.
that. Really?
Yeah, because it's been big pharma for so long. If you're sick, you don't feel good, you have the sniffles, go get you something over the counter. Why, if you do herbal tea or things that boost your immune system that don't come from a pill, there was a time there that people ridiculed.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You were a hippie. That's what it was. They called you a hippie because you were trying to get back to being natural.
There was a kind of tea that was an herbal remedy that was actually the basis for aspirin. You know,
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
something bark tea, and I can't remember what it was. But there's so much of that stuff that. But
There's
then again, then, um, AJ just brought up honey. But then again, go to a store. If you go to a grocery store, big box store, and try to get honey, 9 out of 10 times it's not honey. It's
right.
never.
Yes.
Yeah, it's labeled that, but it's not.
Well,
You
see,
know.
here in this area, I think the beehives are probably 3 miles down the road,
Mm-hmm.
and he sells all of his honey locally. Of course, that's what you need is local honey.
Yes.
Very good for your allergies.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And people don't believe that, but
Oh, yeah.
it's wonderful. White willow
Thank you, AJ.
bark. Yes. Yeah.
Local honey.
Local honey. If you can find
When
somebody
you say
that's
local honey, that's the name of it, or
No.
that's just the.
no, that means it's within 15 miles.
Or is that the beekeeper?
Yeah. Yeah. hmm
Oh my God.
Local honey that's good for you is like within 15 miles of where you live because those bees have the allergens.
Not out of town honey, or state honey,
Honey,
or Canadian honey,
right.
or
It has to be within 15, 20 miles of you.
so 21 and over is. I'm
Hey,
learning a lot.
how far do you expect a bee to fly?
Well, if
Oh.
if Kroger is less than 2 miles from my place, if it's past 2 miles, I'm probably not going to get it.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking, do you have any like local or natural food stores close to you?
Yeah, you're talking to
Then
me,
they'll
or
have local from you, yes.
yeah.
They should have honey that's in your area. I mean, look at the field behind where you live. So you could put a beehive right back there and get your own honey. Mr. Beekeeper.
Oh, but that's there's.
Let's go outside and deal with
Well, no,
elements.
going outside, I don't have a problem. But the two words that I dread: manual labor, breaking 3 words,
And
breaking a sweat.
Breaking a sweat.
that illegal immigrant, Manuel Lebar.
Hey, see?
There's a reason why I have city hands. They're yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Which I apologize often for my calloused hands and my rough feet. So sorry. It's gonna happen.
One of us has to not be so tough.
Somebody has to be tough. Might as well be me. Don't go to those local hive bars. Oh
What's
man, that's like a rim shot that needed with that one.
The local honey will help your allergies is a wives' tale. See, what do y'all? Is it misinformation? I'm kind of on Marco's side.
Marco, as everything that we've said, he has said against it just to be an ass. So
Even if he's factually correct.
no, he's not. He's just being an ass. Because if AJ said that it would work, he'd be all.
Oh, so it's all
Marco and
it's
AJ.
He's one of those.
okay. All right.
Yeah, Marco's one of those.
There you go.
Just saying.
I've liked Marco from day one. That must explain it.
He's a suck up.
I
Just
do
saying.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, but no, and Marco, I will tell you for one thing, there was one spring that I went and got the local honey, and I took my 1 teaspoon every morning, and for 3 days I felt like crap. So I threw it away. That was the only thing, and then I was fine. So there was something that was going on with the pollen at that time that didn't help. It hurt.
Mm.
So I pitched it, and I waited until his new batch came out, and then everything was fine. So I don't know. I don't know what was going on at that time.
I know, Orphan. I don't know. I saw Yogi sneezing the other day. Boo Boo handed him a tissue.
Oh, hey, Ron. How are you?
Ron won.
Ron's here. Oh,
Hey, what's going on?
Kevin. Is that like
What's that?
what's on your TV behind you, Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh,
Oh,
my TV.
what are you watching? Monty Python?
No. Oh, this is what is it?
Weird Al Yankovic.
No, it's the Mummy 2.
Oh, yes. Great. Perfect. The old one, not the new.
That's what will happen if
This
you
is
smoke.
Brendan Fraser. Yeah,
If you smoke
this-
marijuana, you're gonna look like those mummies in that show. Yeah.
Honey, as much alcohol as I drink, I should look like a freaking pickle.
Rob, what's your beef with marijuana?
I don't really have one actually.
Have you tried it?
Yes, I have.
Okay, you're not one of those. I don't like spinach because you've never ate it.
No,
Okay.
no.
I don't like spinach.
I way long time ago. I mean, like,
In a land far, far away.
yeah, 100 years ago.
When he was in the Navy.
No, I didn't like the effects it made. It did relax me, and it did not make me high as like everyone was claiming that it would do. And like, well, this shit ain't no good. So
You got the wrong kind.
Somebody probably slipped you some oregano.
no, I think what happened was
It was broccoli.
due to my ADHD situation, the marijuana acted reverse as to what it would normally. So, like for instance, instead of caffeine keeping me awake, it actually helps me go to sleep. Okay, and that's been proven. That has been proven.
For real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because the way that caffeine usually keeps everyone awake, it acts reverse for people with ADHD. You can look that up. That's an actual psychological.
I don't need to look it up. AJ, please confirm or deny what he said.
He knows it now.
So marijuana is kind of that property where it normally would hype people up, or kind of have different reactions depending on what your personality is.
Well, you bring up what's all right. What's this alcohol? When you have alcohol, or you?
Yeah,
I don't.
What does
drink
it do to you?
It makes me want to go to sleep. Now, I mean, when I was younger, it was different. When I was in the service and I drank until I couldn't stand anymore, that was a whole different time. I was different. I mean, I still had the issues I have now, but I was younger, of course, at that time. So obviously, my reaction to alcohol was a little bit different.
We all
So,
everything changes.
but now I can have a beer. One beer, and every few weeks have a beer, no big deal.
But what if you have two?
Well, I don't like to have two because of my medication, so I gotta be careful with that.
Well,
So
I'm just
he
trying to
thinks-
see what the beer count is for it to be a big deal.
Probably
How many beers does it take for you to just start giggling and
probably a case.
Oh wow! He must be drinking this on the correct.
He's an expensive date.
Oh,
He's not going to be a cheap date.
He's not gonna be a cheap date.
I've got something I need to show AJ. I'll be right back. I gotta go get it.
All right. But no,
I thought she was going to go to the private channel.
I wouldn't drink that much though today because of my medication. I'd be concerned about the health risk, with
That's-
the
no,
reaction.
That's fair.
So if I'm at a public event, like I went to the Gettysburg, and of course they had beer there you could have at the event, and then I had one. I had people trying to buy one for me. No, I already had my one beer. I'm fine. And they respected that. It was still good. I still socialized and still was with the people that were there. So it wasn't like I was trying to be on my own or anything. But I just got to be careful about that reaction to the medication.
Understood. Yeah.
And I've known so many people that have not paid attention to that. Then they have heart attacks or they have other issues. Their liver is causing problems with them, because they don't slow down. So the main thing is you got to slow down if you have these issues. Now, if you don't have any health issues, then enjoy it. I'm not saying it, as long as you're not driving around me, you can enjoy it all you want. Here in Minnesota, it was funny. They legalized marijuana for recreational use, August 1st, actually. And the first thing,
it's a fully.
yeah, you can use it.
Go ahead.
You can go and there's only one place here in Minnesota that you can buy it. It's on a reservation, of course. So, but there's usually a line of people to get it, and so the odds of trying to get it, and of course, it said you can grow it. You can only have 8 plants in your house or something like that, or on your property.
That's
You can only have 2 pounds.
Have you seen the size of a marijuana plant these days? Yeah. Your backyard looks pretty good now, Ron.
Right. Yeah.
First you'd have to tend it and water it.
No, I don't water it. It waters itself.
If you wanted a really good crop, you would do that. Yes.
Right.
Be responsible.
But you can only have is it 2 pounds of pot you can have on your person when you're in public? But yet
2 pounds? No.
Yeah. 2 ounces? 2 ounces, maybe?
I'll take 2
ounces.
ounces.
Okay.
2 pounds
Anyway,
is a garbage bag.
Anyway.
You have 2 pounds of marijuana on you.
You carry a
Do not
backpack.
stop. Do not pass go, or was it pass go? Whatever that.
You go.
And then, anyway, the funny thing is, there's a lot of cities that are banning it from being used in public spaces. So, what is the point of legalizing it?
Well, you can't smoke in a public space anymore.
Right, but I mean, you can't be in a state park or in a county park and be smoking pot. That's illegal.
You can have a vape.
That I don't know about. They might have changed that.
So, but
They
anyways,
might-
what I wanted to show AJ, 32 ounces of margarita for the road that was given this afternoon. Just
For
like,
the road.
it's
So
my
you
happiness.
were drinking
Yes.
and driving.
To go.
No, I put the straw in
Are
it
you
when I got home.
confessing to a felony here? What's going on?
No. It looked like this on the way home. It was all innocent. Had the lid on it, completely full. When I got home, it's not innocent anymore.
And you're not driving. And you're not driving till in the morning.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, that was my happiness.
Hmm.
I tell you, I still have a picture. Still have a picture of Grace chugging down a whole pitcher of margarita that he had bought for Robin, and I had bought a margarita or a pitcher of it and refilled it. And anyways, everybody was ready to leave, so there was half a pitcher left, and he decided he chugged every bit of it. I've got pictures, so yeah. Grace Hobbs. That's
All right. Hey, I don't know if anybody got to see that documentary that Tony Rathman and Sheree Rathman put out on Paraflix.
Mm-mm.
You need to check that out. The membership on Paraflix, yeah. And I got a membership there. Not bad, $39 for the whole year. So, but you get that, and then you can see anything on there, of course. But that was the first documentary I watched on that channel, on that streaming service. And because, well, I know Tony and Cherie, but I have met the Ronald Wooders and Chris and Audra at Gettysburg. And so what was interesting was seeing those people seeing Ronald Wooders on the documentary with Anthony. Anthony Simonelli was there on the show, too.
Anthony's a hoot.
Yeah. He was at Gettysburg as well. Him and Maureen are excellent people to get to know. You know, if you don't know who they are, you need to get to know them. And but they, Anthony, Ron Waters, Tony and Cherie, and some other people were on the show. Some I don't know personally, but I know them from the internet. You know. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting when you meet people like that in person. You know, it's amazing. Well, you know that, Maria, when you get to meet certain people that you've been following for a long time. You know, and like, wow, you're real.
Following, not stalking, Maria.
Right. Yeah, following.
There's a difference.
I didn't say stalking now. Come on.
I'm just, you didn't. Making sure she
Just
did.
throwing that in there.
I mean, if I'm stalking people when I drive 18 hours to Pennsylvania, I got to be fucking whacked. I mean, I got to be.
That's definitely some hardcore long distance stalking.
Yeah,
or if I'm
2-hour drive to.
Or if I'm stalking somebody to Pine Bush, you know, I got to be weird. So
Luffy saying, "Is this episode going to get YouTube ding for streaming?" Oh, because of the The Mummy 2.
I think they do that by sound. So as long as you keep the sound down, we'll be fine.
Right. And don't try to sing any of this.
Oh my God. Actually, I don't think they know we exist yet.
Right.
So,
I think
that's fine. Yeah.
They'll hit us in about 3 years.
We slide by.
Yeah. So, Ron, all those people that you run into in Pine Bush. Wait a minute. Go ahead, Kevin. What?
No, I was going to say, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong. I think YouTube is aware of you. Didn't we do a show where Bobby or somebody played a video, and it got flagged or something during the show, right? Is this show? Was it the show we did?
I think it was my show. Maybe.
Well, maybe it was your show.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yes, that was Bobby.
I'm getting some watch hours, and getting some numbers up there. So now they're looking at me like, "Oh, we got to watch this guy." So.
Maria, what was you saying?
I don't remember.
Out of all the people.
Meemaw, it was just it wasn't even a minute ago.
Well, I know, but I've got a margarita sitting here in front of me. So
A marita. Isn't it called a marita? What you're drinking?
Yes,
Marita.
it is. It should be. If it's not, it should be. But no, Ron, I was going to ask you about when you go to Pine Bush, and I know you run into Alan Smith.
Yep.
And several. Do you talk more to them about UFO stuff or ghost stuff?
At Pine Bush, I think it's more about aliens and UFOs.
Okay.
And then of course,
do aliens have ghosts?
I don't know.
The ghosts of Roswell. Yes.
You know, I'm not really sure about that because they are much older than we are, and who knows how much older they are than we are. You know,
Oh, but I think it's odd that everybody that went to Roswell that first go around, Bill got so sick, Mark got sick, and all of those people got so sick and stayed sick for so long. And then every one of them went back the second time. It all took them 3 months to get over whatever they thought.
and
So
then
I'm thinking,
and other people had gotten sick at Pine Bush as well,
mhm,
or in New York, and
yeah.
thank God I didn't get sick like what some people did. Um, but again, I had the protection. We don't want to go into the actual words of what we're talking about, obviously, because now another round's coming around. So, but that's a whole other thing.
Oh, yeah. Bullshit. Anyway, so what was there anything at Pine Bush? Was there anything that you learned different as far as listening to the speakers and the UFO stuff that you never knew about before?
I believe personally, from my own opinion, I believe that the paranormal world and the UFO world are connected.
Oh, most
Okay,
definitely.
and for instance, at Pine Bush, we had Ron Yacovetti that was demonstrating some of the things that you can pick up when you do a recording of stuff. When you do audio recordings of things. Now they use the thing they call Staticom. But if you use just a digital recorder, I have my fancy digital recorder that I sometimes leave on when I go out, and I just let it record while I'm gone. And I come back and I listen to the recording. I'm thinking, where did all that noise come from? I'm gone. I'm not here. No one else is here at the moment.
That's true.
And I have a 34-minute one that I had taken, and there's a lot of activity on the digital recording. I can't explain what the extra noises are. But now, what's interesting is that I believe that the aliens could even mess with your equipment, or even the ghosts could, or the spirits could possibly mess with your equipment, and you don't even know it.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
definitely. They all do.
And like
Everyone.
you hear people all the time, oh, the battery's gone. I had a full battery when I started, and it's drained out, you know.
Mhm.
And so they know how to drain the energy real fast. And I'm sure that they can pull tricks on us and make us think that we're hearing something on the recording, even though it might not even be there, you know. So that could
Oh,
just be something they're fooling us with. Go ahead.
that just made me think. We were talking earlier about the Flatwoods monster,
Yeah.
and did you have that discussion last night, Kevin? Was any of that brought up?
Oh yeah. It was. We were the other podcast that I'm doing with a friend of mine. Late night streams. Just a quick shout out. I'm kind of the hired gun, if you will. But Tiffany was on with me. Tiffany's done 2 shows with me on this podcast, and we're slowly getting that vibe back to Universal Secret. Stay tuned. That's going to happen again. But yeah,
2.0.
Dave mentioned 2.0, or two.
3.0.
Actually, I think it's 3.0
Yeah, maybe
technically,
3.0.
because when we moved to KGRA, we labeled that 2.0, which is great. But yeah, Dave Spinks was on with us last night in Flatwoods.
Mm.
Talked about that, and Dave is one of those guys, like him or not. I personally like him. Who's just a true paranormal investigator. I mean, he's from ghosts, UFOs, cryptids, marijuana,
Just throw that in. Just throw
gu-
that in there.
gummy bears.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the good things about him, though. I mean, he does. He's got a. He doesn't limit himself. Like you've
No, he
got
doesn't.
people that just do Bigfoot. You've got people that just do UFO.
Yeah.
He's got a. He had
He's
bought
one of
a
those that
house
knows
in
it.
Indiana too. That's a
Yeah,
demonic. So.
it's not demonic, but It's haunted. Just saying. But
I use quotes. Just
yeah,
Yeah.
the air quotes. He's good. He's one of those that is good about being well rounded with this. His mind is open with all of this because you've got a lot of cryptid people that swear up and down that Bigfoot can't be anything other than a living, breathing thing, animal in our woods. Where we've had people to say, why are there UFOs hovering close to these UFO sites?
Mm-hmm.
But they and then they throw that out. They won't listen. They won't dive. I know a guy that's that way, and I'm not two guys that's that way, and I won't say their names. But if you can't have an open mind with the freaking craziness that's going on,
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
I'm still not. Again, I love the paranormal. It's a great conversation. The unknown. I'm still. I'm not sold on the whole Bigfoot thing. I just think if Bigfoot, it's different because someone said, "Well, you believe in aliens?" Well, aliens are supposedly, they're out there. They're up there.
Yeah.
Bigfoot supposedly is walking, talking, breathing on this planet in our. I don't know.
Well, that's like I even had
But Kevin,
I'd had a conversation with him, and he said something about they would love to come out here and stay in the woods because Mammoth Cave is not that far from me, and there's been many sightings of him, and I'm good with it. They can have all the sightings of him over there, like the sightings of the bears that are across the river from where I live. They can have all that. I don't want to invite that here. And if I ever saw Bigfoot, I would just really hope that he didn't see me. I don't.
but Kevin, if you spent 500 hours out in the woods next year, you would see things that you've never seen before.
That's fair.
Oh, sure.
That's fair to say.
Yeah.
That it's but I'm not saying it's paranormal or it's biological. It could be either one, or it could be a mix of them that we're not even considering.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think nobody plays hide and seek that well. There has to be something special going on there.
I mean, if so, then he's the greatest hide and seek player of all.
My pet theory is that's a suit that ET uses when they want to come down and take ecological samples.
There you go.
Big, stinky, hairy, ugly to us normal people. And yeah, perfect disguise.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's over there. I'm not going over there. He can just go ahead and do what he wants to do. I like that. I think that's a perfect explanation for it. And then he gets done taking his samples, they beat him back.
Well, that's true. AJ's got a question for Kevin. Do you believe in any other anomalous being?
I mean, is alien? Would you classify aliens as that? I mean, ghosts. I mean, what are we? I mean, give me a just so we're on the same page. At the end of the day, I'm not that believer guy. I need to see, feel. I mean, I need to facts, science.
Well, let's not talk about entities. Have you had things happen that were utterly unexplainable?
I did up until I was about 7, Marco.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Is God? What about God?
Well, I mean, that depends on what.
Have you
Okay,
experienced God?
everybody
Has
believes
he talked
it's
to you, or
Hold on. What was that, Charles? Say it again.
have you experienced God?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
Then
mean, the jury's to me, the jury's still out. It's not been factually proven that he, whatever exists.
yes, yes.
It's learned behavior from when your parents went to church, and trust me, I'm Southern
yeah,
Baptist, so
but
that was
you
instilled.
changed your mind over the years. We all do.
I'm open to it. I believe in a higher power, just not the old man
No,
in the sky
not
who's
the old.
just
Yes.
loving,
But that's
caring
okay. So the higher power could be called God.
consciousness. It could be just I don't. God just seems a bit.
Source. Source seems to be a popular
Yeah.
word these days.
Santa. I mean, I guess it could it be Santa?
Could be Santa.
Slender. I mean, what about that?
But if I call him God, that's my choice.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't
And
know what his name
Or
is,
Yahweh or
forever.
Buddha.
but I mean,
Yeah.
no one has the right to question what my choice is. Is what I'm
Well, I
saying.
don't think anybody's questioning. I mean, not here, anyways. But
But I mean, if
I
you
would
want to
think
call it, if you want to call the Supreme Being a source, that's fine. Okay. So, but now aliens and ghosts are two different things.
Mhm.
Aliens are physical entities that are real beings. Now, in my opinion,
Well, then how do
my,
you explain when they've said aliens went through the wall, came in, and you've heard the story. I've heard Tiffany share her
Yeah.
experiences.
they have
An
they
alien
have
didn't knock
abilities
on the
to
door or open the door.
they have abilities to teleport. Jesus did that in the upper room with the 12 disciples or 12
That's
apostles. He popped into the upper room. He was already dead. He rose again from the dead, right, on the third day. And then he appeared into this is historical fact that happened, not
whoa,
just in the
whoa, whoa,
Bible.
whoa! It's
It's,
historical fact.
it's
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, what?
This has been, before it was written in the Bible, it was talked about for hundreds of years before
Well,
it was written down.
see, and that's this. This is my whole thing. We've got stories. That's all we've got.
Yeah.
We don't have
No evidence. No evidence.
none. So
Stories and
it's
then
your
interpretations of
right.
stories
It's
and
the
So
interpretation
anyway,
over
anyway,
the years, over
the
and over and over again.
going with
So don't
going with
call
the
it a historical fact
okay,
because it's not.
going with the aliens having special powers. Okay. I mean, if they're from another planet to get here to planet Earth, they've got to be extraordinarily powerful. They got to be a lot smarter than we are. They know how to use the universe in different ways than we understand it. Okay, so maybe they found a wormhole that they can go from point A to point B and wind up on planet Earth. Okay,
Mhm.
whether it be in the water, whether it be in our solar system, whatever. I don't know. I'm not saying that as a fact there because I have no clue. But I am saying that they have special powers. They could even mess with our minds and tell us things that we would in no otherwise even consider being anything that we'd believe in. But yet, for some reason, when they interject the thought into our head, oh, that sounds like a good idea.
we could be an experimental case in a
Yeah.
in an alien kindergarten.
Yep. Yep. And we're just beginning.
We let the kids play with those humans. They're so simple.
Yeah. Yeah. And Charles, at your age, you're still learning things. You're still learning, right?
How
Guaranteed.
about this
Okay.
hypothetical when it comes to aliens? It's the assumption, and I'm part of the majority here, is that if there is alien life out there, that
Mhm.
they're technology, they're smarter, they're more advanced, blah blah blah. Wonder if you know, what is it? What's that fuel? The that the element, that supposedly, or aliens would use for their UFOs. What's the element?
115.
115.
Oh,
Wonder if that element, where they're from, is a natural thing, like oil. So they come
sure it is.
here.
Yeah.
They come here, and they're seeing. They're observing us, and they're seeing us fly these things where fire is coming out of the back end of this vehicle, and it's totally different. Maybe it's, we say they're so far advanced. Maybe it's because
they're anthropologists studying the primitive culture.
But
Absolutely.
who's to say that it's really?
Absolutely.
Are we that primitive though?
Yeah.
Maybe their element,
Only
everything that they
comparative.
have access to.
Maybe they've forgotten
Once-
everything we know about steam engines. Okay? Or
Well, see, maybe that's just it. Wonder if our steam engine was the first thing that we kind of wonder if their first thing is a freaking UFO. It's just because of their.
It's been considered. Yes.
So
if they were
we're
happen
selling us short,
they happen to be born on a planet that had natural
right. That's where I'm getting
resources of element 115
elderberries.
Elderberry.
or any other unobtainium,
They're watching us just throwing an elderberry right now. These guys are funny.
But you were talking about just a little while ago. I was watching the Skinwalker episode where they were shooting the rockets up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you talking
go
about
off the side.
No, it was all of a sudden this glow. It
was like an orb or a
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They did a great job with this season of
that particular experiment, Maria, I remember they had a few rockets that went off and it
exploded.
It got steered away from
Some got steered away. Yeah.
From where they were supposed to go straight up. The rocket was supposed to go straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked with model rocketry before, so I know. When a rocket goes sideways, that means that something wasn't made right. Okay. But in this case, these guys are professional scientists, so everything was made correctly.
You never fuck up.
But
oh yeah, never.
They sent the drones up in that episode, not to have any spoiler alerts for anybody, but they sent the 200 drones up in the same thing, trying to see where this energy is. And there were certain drones that were affected right away.
Batteries
they just
quickly dying.
Yeah. And they were they're fully charged and they're ready to go. And they should have lasted so many minutes, whatever. And some of them didn't last that long. And they were trying to figure out why the energy shift like that, And then even like I said with the rocket, when they shot the rocket up, it went off to the side and went crazy. Went off kilter,
Mm-hmm.
But
so,
and I don't know. They were looking for wormholes. They're looking for any type of paranormal activity whatsoever. Aliens, a lot of that stuff in the thermal cameras. They would shoot up rockets and something would show in the sky. It's the same. We do the same thing when we're just doing a regular paranormal investigation.
Or search for cold spots. Search for hot spots.
Well, it's not only that.
Anything that will indicate a flaw in the matrix.
Yes, you can go outside and shoot a gun, and that's going to cause a reaction. They do that in Gettysburg all the time, or they do that in Perryville, Kentucky.
Yeah,
they're going to shoot off a cannon and wait for a reaction. Usually, it happens. Sometimes it does not. But
I mean, if a ghost could have PS or what am I trying to? Yeah, PTSD. Yeah, that would be it. Something to trigger, right? Yeah.
Well, either that, or if that person was killed quickly, may still think that they're alive and they've just been shot at. And speaking of weird lights, there was one that just appeared over there.
Overtime. We're in overtime.
I don't care. There's enough crap that goes on out here. I'm just like, I'll talk to y'all in the morning. Leave me a note. I'll take care of it later.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Take care of it in the
But
morning.
yeah, with the aliens though popping into somebody's room, or all of a sudden it's right at the foot of your bed or something like that, you know, I think they have the ability to teleport to wherever they want to go.
Well, maybe
Okay.
that's how groups get around.
Yeah, that could be.
We
But
just
with the
don't know.
aliens being a physical form, though more than likely they're a physical form, they would be able to teleport from one point to another. But how would they choose their target? That would be my question. Why would they?
choose
Every
their
How would they
target?
choose the target? Yeah.
Like
Every
location or
Yeah. Well, for instance, not to pick on Tiffany, but she's had experiences, right? So why would they pick her to pick on, so to speak?
well,
maybe she
her story is it's kind of lineage. It's a family. It goes back. She talks
Okay,
about
so it is a generational
yeah.
connection. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So why would they pick that family then?
I mean, I don't know. You know, Tiffany also she's made it public. She's got what's that blood Rh negative? It's supposed that blood type. I mean, I don't know.
And they
Well,
can scan for that.
What
They
if
can
it is
scan.
a characteristic
Hmm?
that the people who talk about the experiences just don't forget, and the rest of us all forget?
There you go.
Everybody has it, but maybe 1 in 10
Remember.
remembers.
Good point.
Yeah, I think DNA, right?
Yeah.
It's just how you're wired. They're not
Yep.
they're not connecting with me. If they are, I'm clearly not remembering it.
No, you take
And
your
I don't
sleep
wake
medication.
up and grab my
Honey,
No.
butt
No.
because of the pain or anything like that. I don't know.
there's a lot you never remember, and it's okay. I'm gentle. It's all right.
It's
Yeah,
like
but some of that's by design though, because of the night before, because I'm gonna fucking have a good time.
All right, wait a minute now. Wait a
You
minute. We're
didn't
going
know.
on.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, the RH negative thing, I mean, I'm O negative, I'm RH negative. Have I been no, that I know of. I mean, but I'm never, if I don't wake up with marks on my body that I can't explain, it's like if I fall down the steps, there's a bruise that's going to pop up somewhere, and if I can be sitting outside and get a bug bite, wake up in the morning and have a red spot, and I'm not going to freak out going, oh, I've been visited. So I just don't think I don't think it's a blood type thing. I think
No,
it's
I know what.
no, but I mean, a
it
lot of
is.
people think that. And I kind of think if it starts with the family, they're going to follow that family. And so what I don't get is the random abductions like Calvin Parker.
Mhm.
He didn't have a history of that, correct?
Right.
Okay. So I don't get the
or
random
Terry. Or
right.
Terry.
Yeah, Terry Lovelace
Oh,
didn't.
but he may have been finagled into putting him in that situation.
Mhm.
If you listen to his story, that's a possibility. But yeah,
The Mummy too, Bobby. Get it right.
Bobby's watching your show, huh?
We haven't yet, Bobby. So, but thanks for bringing attention.
If I turned it up, yeah, I'm thinking maybe you could. But
Arby's.
Yeah. I'm like looking at the food commercials going, man.
Yeah.
let me see what else is on.
No, don't change it. No, it's good.
Oh,
You guys keep talking.
Oh, Deal Dash. Yeah, DoorDash. Deal Dash.
Deal Dash. What did you say?
Deal Dash. It's an auction place.
Okay. Oh, God. Okay.
okay.
Anyway, But no, Calvin
Baseball,
Parker,
yeah.
and Lovelace,
See, I interviewed both of them at the same time, actually.
all of those people have
Remember that,
absolutely.
Charles?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
I think Charles was helping me
He's
with that
watching
interview.
Buffy.
Yeah, he saw the blonde. He was done. Out.
Charles.
Yes,
What are y'all
Well,
just
if I
waiting
got
on me
quiet,
to pick
we're
a?
all yeah.
I'm trying to catch up the conversation. And my eyeballs are
The blonde, like,
refusing.
really got him.
Yes, my eyeballs are refusing on type. Yes.
So, what does anyone think about all the weird weather and fires everywhere and all that stuff happening everywhere, not just in one location?
It's a perfect case of fuck around and find out.
Oh my gosh, look at this. John has joined us.
Hey,
He's
John,
back.
Father John.
Papa John is here.
Nice.
Look what the
My
cat
God,
does.
I didn't never liked anything good.
Where
Talk
the hell have you been?
Type of talk that gave birth to bad. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Well, I don't know who brought this topic up. We were
You did.
we were talking about boxes. We were talking about boxes, right, Charles? You said what black
Yes.
box?
Let's see. What's the most nearly real? Okay. Did you catch the part of the explanations of the boxes? The white box is stuff that's definitely false. The black box is stuff that's definitely true. And the gray box that sits in the middle is we're constantly updating those ideas. Some of them are almost ridiculous. Some of them are almost certainly true. What's the best item in your gray box?
I plead
You're still
ignorant.
waiting.
I'm
You're
not
not-
sure what
You're
this
not
topic is.
convinced. You're not convinced a topic or subject or idea that you're not convinced is really true, but you're almost convinced it's true.
It could go one way or the other. If you found
I'd say the ufology topic.
What were you saying, Maria? What was it?
I said it's just another tidbit. You've got this statement and you're on the fence about which way it could go, if it's false or if it's true. So you store it in your gray box, but then you find another piece of information that goes with that sways you to whether it's true or false. That's what the gray box is for.
Interesting.
The gray box is where you keep score.
Yeah.
More or less. Yes.
You're
Gotcha.
not convinced that it's false. You're not convinced that it's true. So you're going to store it back until you get more information about it to put it into the false white box or to the true black box.
Okay.
Geez, you're making me think tonight.
I had a thought.
I'm
though.
sorry. Go get some bourbon, sweetie. It'll be better.
What I have noticed.
Have a gummy. Come back. Have a gummy and come back.
Gummy. We're good.
These are good conversations for a gummy.
What I have noticed, though, in both fields of theory with the UFOs and ghosts or spirits, I've noticed that each side, the person investigating it or into it is very focused and very honest and very into what they're studying and trying to get a message across for whatever. So, for instance, you have very serious paranormal researchers that are trying to discover about the communication of spirits and things like that. and trying to prove that there is life after death, okay, and everything like that. And they are also some very serious researchers that are still talking about the ufology. And I never thought I'd like saying that word, but here I am saying it, ufology. And they're very serious and passionate about what they're trying to teach and prove. They're not trying to prove for anything other than trying to get the message out there about what is going on. Okay, so if the government comes across and says, "Oh, there's only this or that or whatever," and gives us the crazy report that Maria was talking about earlier, and then you have this issue of they still stay passionate about their research. They don't shift. They don't change their focus on anything. And this is true on both sides of the paranormal coin and the ufology coin. Okay, so like Alan B. Smith, he has never changed his opinion about UFOs. Okay, no matter who he's talking to or arguing with or whatever, he knows what he knows, and that's good enough for him. He knows that they count. And in the paranormal world, too, he has the paranormal world that he believes in as well, and he talks about that and shares things about that. Jesse Peak, who's a big ufologist, UFO researcher. Um,
But are they open minded though?
I think they are. Yeah.
Okay, but then if they're open minded, how can I mean?
Everyone has a bias
Right, that's what I'm saying.
because that's
Yeah.
that's your experience
Yeah.
more often than not. Okay, and your experience changes your opinion of where things fit in that gray box.
Well, now, if they
That's fair, Charles. Yeah.
if they are friends with me and they talk to me, they got to be open minded. Come on now.
But how open-minded
No,
are you?
open minded,
Mhm.
confused,
Oh, there you
desperate,
confused.
bored. Kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I think everyone that I know.
Wait a
in
minute,
both.
Ron.
Go
John
ahead.
just asked because John's not been here in forever. I've
I
not
haven't
seen
seen
him for
John.
6
John,
fucking
been a
months.
while. Hope you're doing
Anyways,
well, brother.
been gone a while. Does Kevin still have a show?
Kind of, sort of.
You got
Stay
your,
tuned.
you got your
Totally
sports.
different than what you're used
I
to.
do it sports, but yeah. But the paranormal, my paranormal show, or that I co-host with the blonde with the red lips. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Hopefully that'll come back.
It may come back.
The
4.0.
last couple of shows we've done with that other part. I mean, it's Tiffany and I talked after the fact, and I'm digressing here, Ron. The vibe is there. I mean, it was like we just got back on the bicycle, and so yeah, she's kind of rounding third and heading home with her those personal issues that she was dealing with. Some people that were, just turning her world life upside
Tiffany
down.
had a lot of, and I'm just going to throw this out there. She had stalkers, and not only did she have stalkers, but she had those stalkers were reaching out to other people, trying to
It
cause
got very ugly for her.
problems.
Yeah.
Bad,
Yeah.
very bad.
Yeah. So, why was I talking? Oh,
Well,
John had asked about the shows, but yeah, go back to.
get back when you can, Kevin. There you go.
No, you were. Yeah, I'll get back. Yeah.
I
We will.
kind of think what it is that John likes to see your face. I'm thinking he's kind of wanting you to have a live show here. John's
See
a
whose
fan.
face?
Your face.
Oh,
Your face.
I thought someone told I have a radio face. What are you talking about?
You have a face for radio, yeah.
Face for radio.
Kind of depends on where the radio waves are coming from, but anyway.
Oh boy.
Marie, you know how to turn that frown upside down, don't you?
I try, dear. All I know is that
fear-
we
yeah.
had fun, and that's all that freaking matters.
Oh yeah. But I don't think we're ever going to get a direct answer that we need to really
What was the
make it.
question to the direct? What were we on? The direct answer. What to what?
Well, for the are UFOs real? Are
Oh.
aliens real? Are ghosts real? Are spirits real? See, I can tell you about experiences I've had. You know, and you would say, "Oh, that didn't really happen," but you weren't there, so you wouldn't know. Okay. Um, People can tell you that they saw a UFO in the night sky. You weren't there. You couldn't say yes or no.
Agreed.
But they would vouch for it. They'd take a lie detector test, whatever, you know. And even with the lie detector test, you'd say, "Oh, you faked that. You got through that somehow." You know, you wouldn't necessarily accept the answer. So we have to be open minded and accept almost everything that comes across our view. Okay, and then we go to the boxes that Charles is talking about. We put it in that gray box, and then slowly but surely it'll go one way or the other way. You know, it'll go to the black box where it stays and it's here, or it'll go to the white box and it's no good and we don't need it no more. Right, Charles? Did I get that one right? I think so. I think I listened to it right.
How come I come on this show every time I come on here? You all, it's the one of your record-breaking marathon shows.
It's
Why don't you
a
ever come? Why don't you ever end
so
on
bad.
time? When I come
If we just don't know how to shut you up.
Because you're talking a lot. Then they get me talking, and then that's it. We're done.
This is also true.
I don't know, Ron. If we're going to keep count on words, I think I'd finish second at best.
So yeah, apparently Marco's like stalking me. He says he's out in my field right now. So
I don't know if he tells you you're there. Does it make him a
Mar-
stalker
Marco,
if he
Marco,
tells you?
Marco thinks
I don't think
he's
so. I don't think that's how it works. You don't know of your stalker, right?
And I don't know, Marco, what field are you watching her from?
yeah, you
Center
have to
field.
tell me exactly your coordinates, or otherwise
he's
it's bullshit.
stalking it has to be a cornfield. Yeah.
Marco, shine your flashlight.
Yeah,
Two lights.
that's what Maria
Blink
saw.
it blink it
Maria
three
saw that.
times.
Maria saw that light flashing. That's what she saw earlier.
One light flash
Tick,
for
tick.
yes, two for no.
Boom. Tick, tick, tick. Boom.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, if you
Oh.
see my laser from going out in the
Yeah.
field, it's like honed in onto you. So yeah, that'd be me. I found you.
No, I think Marco is far away from Kentucky, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. My iPad hacked her Wi-Fi. LOL, Kevin.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's why you don't have any bandwidth.
That's the problem. We need to go kill Marco,
Yes.
and then I will get my internet back.
Yeah, there you go.
You just threatened someone. You talking about getting booted off YouTube? You just
I
threatened
didn't
someone.
threaten. I just
You
said we need
to go
That's
kill.
not a threat. There's a difference.
Just flagged. Give it some homicide.
I don't know. You've had
mania.
some weird stuff to happen to you when you were here, dear. So, is this place paranormal or not?
There is a vibe. There is a certain vibe there.
A good?
But no,
Well, I mean, if like I've had a broken finger, I've been sick several times. Good, probably not. Probably fucking not.
Danger, man.
When you wake up the next morning and your finger is dangling and you don't know why
why did that happen?
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
We do know, but it's
We kind of know.
That's another show. That's a whole nother show. I got it.
yeah. Where is your? This is the Friday night 10 p.m. show.
There
You
you
know, like,
Oh boy.
John, you're sweet.
So yeah, there is
You're
a
talking
vibe.
about me.
There
He
is
might
a
be talking about
vibe there.
There
I-
is a vibe here
yeah,
because
there
the
is.
first night you were here, you stood out and you were looking through the woods and you were like, I feel something here. There's
Yeah.
something
It
watching.
wasn't gas. Just
No,
a
it wasn't
record.
gas.
No.
Yeah, you were good with that. But it
Well,
was
now, Maria,
there was
behind you now, looking into the woods, there's that, like, almost looks like a tunnel into the woods, right?
Well,
What?
there is now.
No, if it, right at the
listen.
A
right at
tunnel.
the sun, right at the no, right at the before sunset.
Mhm.
Looking behind you, that you got the branches that are like going, and they almost look like a tunnel going into the forest. Is that right?
That's
You know.
yes, that's because of the last storm that came through that
Oh, okay.
3 feet now.
All right.
Marco said it was him.
I'm sure it was.
I believe.
Marco's coming.
Oh yeah.
Charles has been sweet since first 5 months. Okay. So if you all right. Oh, so he was saying that Charles looks good, not me. I get it. All right, Jonathan.
No, Maria, you're not known for your knees.
No, I'm not.
He didn't tell you that part.
I better fucking mute my mic right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Shut up, Kevin.
Charles, put on the cartoon channel.
oh God.
Can we put on cartoon?
That was perfect.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I'll have to try that.
Cartoons. Oh, find me some Looney Tunes.
Oh my God. Dudley Do Right.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Do you know
goodness.
that show was banned in Canada?
Really?
Bullwinkle
Oh, wow.
Bullwinkle was never seen in Canada.
But
Because
wasn't
of
it made it? Well, I thought it was written in
They're
Canada.
making fun of our Mounties.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, my TV. Okay, so here's a good one. When I left here this morning, I forgot to turn the TV off, but I had it on Ion Mystery. Okay.
Yep.
So I come in
Mm.
and it's been turned to
The cat channel.
no court TV. I only have it's on antenna, so they can't get a whole lot.
Hmm.
So
But why did it change? Is what you're saying? Why did it change? Yeah.
well, I
Huh.
don't know. I've got 5 damn cats, so I'm sure. Anyway. So Oofy, 3 hosts with TVs running in the background. Ron, you need a TV. Yep.
Wait a minute.
Put your TV.
I'm watching AGT right now. America's Got Talent.
Oh, Kevin, you're going to love this. John said, what happened to Kevin's candles, Duran Duran music, and that crazy cornhole playing? Yep.
Yeah. Your buddy.
Yeah.
Russ.
What happened to
That's
Russ?
Good old
Duran
Russ.
Duran music, yeah. Crazy cornhole play hill. What happened? Oh, candles. As far as that, I kind of just changed to sort of candle. In the
He didn't have
bathroom.
time. Well, it was kind of still daylight whenever.
Yeah, it was daylight.
Yeah, it
Totally
was.
daylight. Cornholio.
Kind of rooked your ass into this, didn't I?
I mean, you guys, what y'all start at 6:30? So it's you're
Uh-huh.
pushing 3 hours.
3 hours now.
I kind of think we're having fun.
It's it's remedy, man. Just sometimes we get to I don't know escape the real world and
I knew I should have
purge
brought a
thoughts
couple of those pecan rolls in with me.
Next time, bring the elderberries.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
why I eat supper before I get on to.
I'm going to look for some elderberry muffins.
Ooh, that would be good. That would be great.
Elderberries are a dark, like purple, almost like a blueberry.
Do they taste similar to a blueberry?
Probably not.
I'm leaning more towards
Wait,
grape.
Ron, you're not the elderberry expert. Where's she at? AJ, what's that?
It's
Does it
more. I think it's more like a grape thing.
grape?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was saying more bitter. Personally.
It's almost like a red wine. It's you just kind of have to
Ah.
take it.
not sweet though, or
So is
you're
it
talking about-
sweet? Is it a
Is
sweet
it-
wine or a
is it
bitter
sweet?
wine?
Yeah,
I think it goes more towards the sweet.
What do they call
they
it?
are more tart.
Yeah, elderberry.
Okay, when I was growing up in
Wasn't there a line in Monty Python? Your mother smells of elderberries.
Oh my
The
goodness!
shrubbery, damn it, it's a shrubbery.
yeah, more tart. Thank you, AJ. Thank you.
Mhm. So if AJ wants to jump in, I have just put this in chat.
So now we had these like they were berries, but they're like little crab apples. You know, like little small, bigger than a berry, but smaller than a cherry. You know what I'm talking about? This was in California. The birds liked them things. I used to eat a lot of them and get drunk and fly into the windows and everything.
Oh, the
We tried-
fuzzy ones that hit the ground. Yeah.
We tried to eat one, and it was so bitter and not very good tasting at all. I don't know what the birds. I'm not sure what the birds found. It was so pleasing.
Well,
You can't,
by the
you
time
can't
it's
tell
really
me, but I've heard that about the mushrooms too.
Yeah.
They're terribly bitter. But what's the other ayahuasca? Yeah, that's not pleasant. That's apparently not pleasant going down either. But
Now you see,
I like it.
we had some what you call in California. We had black cherries. Okay, they were like dark purple, like almost like a plum color, but they were cherry. Okay.
Mhm.
And so we called them the black cherries. They weren't black, but they were more dark purple than anything else.
Well, we have black cherries and they are delicious.
Yeah, we used to eat those right out of the tree. You
Yes.
usually eat so much that your stomach would hurt after.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they were good, man. And we had a plum
Black
tree in the
cherries.
backyard. We had a
Cherries are
Pete-
good for the immune system as well. Any
We had
kind
a-
of fruit, vegetables.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had a peach tree and pear tree, and we even had an apple tree. We had everything in our backyard.
Oh. Okay, AJ, we understand. Love you, sister. Glad you joined us and you remembered. Get well soon, sister. Just saying. Oh, tomorrow. Are you going to have a show tomorrow? Oh. If not, what are we going to do on Wednesday night? Oh. She said she will heal quickly. So she's got Natalie.
Old Forester and Coke.
Oh.
Yeah. AJ has that one guest on. I can't
She
remember
had
her name.
surgery for.
No, I can't remember the name now. I saw a post about it though.
Probably like you did, wisdom teeth.
I did. I had my wisdom teeth out.
Migraine's
ago.
gone. Isn't,
Yeah, that helped. I haven't had them since.
isn't that odd?
What's that?
You've had migraines whenever the weather would change and then the wisdom teeth come out, and you've not had a migraine since then.
No, I mean, I still have some sinus shit, but yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know the impact on what wisdom teeth was causing.
Well, you're how old and you still had your wisdom teeth?
He's old.
Don't be worried about how old I am.
No, I'm asking about because you're supposed to get them out before you're like 20.
What makes you think I'm not?
You're not 20.
Not with 4 kids, honey. Sorry.
Just the other day, one of my kids, literally, I'm quoting one of my kids, "Dad, will you grow up?"
Oh, you might act like 20, yeah, but you're not 20.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, at a young age, in my 20s, I did have my top removed, right?
Oh my
But then
gosh.
the
20
bottom
now?
But
in
so,
my 20s,
so
and then the bottom, my bottom left side, it recently
rough.
came in.
okay, so it took a while to get developed then. All
Mhm.
right. Well, I remember I was on my ship when they took mine out. I was like 19 years old or something.
They
All
told
four.
me when I was 17 I needed to have all of my wisdom teeth cut out. And I was like, no, they're not bothering me at all. There's no reason to put myself through that
Yeah.
for you to make a buck.
Yeah,
So-
the first time I had them out, I mean, literally, I didn't realize they took them out. I mean, I was awake, or that with just a needle, and
Yeah.
they just pulled them out, came out. But this time I was in another world, surgery.
So tell me, did somebody video all of the crazy bullshit you said?
Oh
No,
man.
but my daughter, Claire, who picked me up, and me and my granddaughter, they both picked me up afterwards. And
Then you
it's
will be a legend.
well, no, actually, the way Claire says it, my narrative was everything they thought it was going to be. It was just ridiculous. It was. I couldn't. We were arguing because she didn't let me go into Kroger afterwards.
Oh boy.
I had to wait in the car.
Oh yeah, and you couldn't get your
What else?
milkshake at McDonald's or
I
something.
did. I wanted McDonald's, and she was like, "No, we're not getting McDonald's."
You couldn't eat anything until it healed up.
I wanted like a shake.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a good idea. The cold probably wouldn't do any good for you.
Oh no, it would have done a great deal for him.
Huh. Wait a minute. I don't see a doctor in front of ERT radio.
It's doctor.
I know, Dr. Feelgood. That doesn't count, Ron.
No, that's what they told me whenever I got my teeth pulled. That you couldn't eat anything for a while.
You can't eat anything, but
Yeah.
there's soup, there's shakes, there's every
But
kind
not
of,
like right after.
yeah, no.
Why not?
You just can't suck, Ron. Just
The
through a straw. No sucking.
That's another show. That's another show. Hold on.
Friday nights, 10 p.m. Adult. What it's not.
Onwards.
There's
Adult
Adult Swim.
Swim.
What would you call that? It's not adult. You can't use Adult Swim. See, we're gonna get tagged right there. You just said so. What would you call that? Adult something.
Well, you can use 18 plus.
You can
No,
do
I want a
virgin-
gimmick. I want a name. Not Adult Swim. You got to have some theme.
Yeah, like adult ERT radio,
Something.
adulterine
Oh,
radio.
oh, adult
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 Yep.
urging.
Yep, that's what we can do.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
On a special presentation. Oh boy.
Yeah, I think. Look, Ron turned red. Sorry.
Yeah.
We need
Should be you, dear.
we need a Friday night show, Ron, where we have one of the guests is like a Dr. Ruth kind of guest.
Oh,
What do you call it? What is it? Sex
therapist?
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to just
Well, find them.
watch
Well,
Ron's
her.
reaction to the whole conversation.
Would be-
Zoom in on Ron as all of the stuff gets talked about.
See, Ron, whatever lighting you're using right now, you're kind of red, so it looks like you're embarrassed.
Come on,
So we're
Ron.
I don't know.
I don't call you
Ron.
Ron Juan for nothing. Come on.
Yeah, there you go.
Pick me.
I don't
All
know
right,
why.
we got AJ's just volunteered.
All
There
right.
you go. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Hey, she's always welcome. She's always welcome.
picked. And,
Oh yes, let's
You're
do that.
you're it, AJ. You're it. You're the Dr. Ruth.
only if AJ comes on and talks about my elderberries. No, better yet, Ron's elderberries.
Oh
We
boy.
don't need to talk about it. Mine are boring. Ron's Dr. Feel Good.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Have a
Nerd-
big party.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, John. Yeah.
There you
If,
go.
if anybody
There-
knows,
see, we're on to something. We're on to something.
We need to do this.
I mean, really, religion, politics, sex, sports, music, those are the topics. you
That's
talk
Bring
about.
it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now Maria's gonna have to stay up late though. She's gonna have to be a co-host with us.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
And then you and AJ.
First of all, it's central
AJ
time
can
for
talk.
you.
it's what?
It's like, what time is it right now? See, it's going on. What time is it here? It's 9:26.
It's 8:30 here.
Exactly. Right. So
I'm
Yeah,
good.
Maria's in the right time, like I am. Central time. It's the right time.
Oh yeah.
Anything else?
Oh,
Got
yes, Mr. Hale. You heard it. The right time. Central.
the right time. Yep.
mhm.
Central time is the right time.
That's
Any
why-
other time
That's
is,
why I get everything an hour before you all.
and then you forget it by the time we get
Actually,
to it.
it's kind of an hour later than what we get it, but just saying.
Okay, whatever. AJ margaritas. Oh yeah, we got a plus. Yeah, yes. Alcohol would be a must during that show. Absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
I'd have to put the age restriction on it, 18 plus.
Okay.
It's going to have to be a sideshow. I'm sure it will never be syndicated. So we're good.
On his channel.
It'll be good. We could do the sideshow. Sex therapy and margaritas with AJ, Kevin, and Maria. We're good. It'd be
Oh, no,
a threesome for the night.
I would. We got a. I mean, I guess I would be. What would I be? How would I contribute to that? If she's the host,
Comic relief.
I was going to say experiencer just to play the whole ET thing, but you got me on that one. Comic relief.
Or you can be the special ad guy that has like you be. This
The
is
fastest
brought
3 minutes ever.
this is brought to you by think of what you put in there. This is brought to you by whatever.
Kevin can be the
Bluetooth?
guy in the background that goes, but wait, there's more.
There's more.
Billy Mays. That was his name. Yep.
All right, you got it, AJ. You're hired.
So,
If she's like the rest of us, she won't.
and I
remember
want
the-
Oofy on there with all the good questions
There you go.
and
Yeah,
statements that she makes.
yeah.
Marco has to be on just
Just to throw a wrench in it, right? Just to throw a wrench in it.
No, it should be one big, because what on StreamYard you can have what, up to 10 people?
Yeah,
Right.
Mhm.
yeah.
Big round table discussion.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm fine with that.
If you're going to talk about it in chat, you better show your face. I
Yeah.
want to see reaction.
Okay. So AJ's on good drugs. We're all on alcohol, and we came up with a great show idea. So we're all going to have to bookmark the fact that this is the point that we need to go back to and say, yeah, that might not happen, but we can do it. We can try.
Why wouldn't it happen? What do you mean?
Well,
No, I don't. What?
because when the show starts, most of us are sober. And by this point, we're not.
10 o'clock?
What would be
No,
it
no,
might
10
have
o'clock we
be a
might
damn
not be
shame if it
sober.
didn't.
10 o'clock Eastern on a Friday night.
You have to realize, honey, I'm old and I get up at
No, on a
4:30.
Friday night.
I still get up at 4:30 on Friday
Take a
morning.
nap.
Yeah, take a nap.
Oh, you don't have the 4 hour or 4 day work week yet? Oh,
Oh God, wouldn't that be great?
yeah. They're trying to
Or,
make it happen.
or, oh yeah, Ron, there you go. How does Marco get
Marco
that?
wants a hat.
Yeah, how do we get hats? I don't have a hat.
Well, you can put in your order, and I'll ask the printing place to make them.
You don't have any on hand?
You,
Right,
you,
Oh, the hat.
you gave away all your hats.
I did. I didn't even get the new one. This is my old one that I have.
Oh no!
I had bought what 13
Special
hats, I think.
collector's edition coming
13
up.
hats, and I gave them all away. So
Well,
I do
good for
have
you.
bracelet. I do have bracelets. You want some bracelet?
Advertising.
You want a bracelet?
Whatever you give away, that is advertisement, and it
See,
will
look
bring
at that.
more
Yeah,
business.
you can have it. You can have a bracelet.
Yep.
Have one of these cool bracelets. Be an Earthling.
Yep.
Sell you
If
this
you're
hat.
going to start doing a Friday night sex show, you need to pick up some merchandise ideas. We need condoms. We need
Oh boy.
Viagra.
Oh boy.
What else?
Perfect.
Lube.
Blue Earth bill.
Lube.
Oh boy.
Come on, Ron. The possibilities are endless. Just saying.
Ertz, whips and
Yeah.
got it
Just
all.
think about it.
You're gonna have your own. You're gonna have a show like this. You're gonna have to have
Oh
the
boy.
merchandise to support it.
Hey,
Oh boy.
he's even got a clock. He's got an art clock. Did
Yeah.
you know?
Clock.
Yeah.
Clock.
A battery powered clock.
A big clock or a little
big,
clock?
big clock.
See, now you're bragging, Ron.
No,
now
like
you're
14
bragging, bro.
14 inches in diameter.
Holy hell! And you're not a porn star? What's going on here? Oh, clock.
Ron,
Oh,
Ron's
that's
14.
clock.
Ron had to have a 14-inch clock.
The L. It's the
I'm
L.
like, insert 70s funk music in the background when Ron talks.
Oh boy.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
Now the clocks did cost me $27.72, so I don't make any money on that.
You did
But,
notice
Oh,
he
Maria, that's a
situated the
clock.
L.
Yeah, L clock.
We know, wink, wink, what you're talking about. All 14 inches of it.
Exactly.
I mean, if that's the case, I'm like putting my clock away because I can't compete with a 14-inch clock.
I'm kind of thinking that Andy went to bed way too early for the night.
No, I was just thinking that he would fucking be losing his mind. Right?
Yeah.
The Gene Simmons.
Oh, yeah. John
Ooh.
said it would be too funny if Ron became the Larry Flint of paranormal podcasting.
Yes, we're on to something here.
Oh God!
Come on. He's speechless. Look, he has not said a word in 30 seconds.
You got me
So,
worried
Ron,
now.
do you know who Larry Flint is?
Kind of sounds familiar, but it's been a long time ago, right?
I'll give you a hint, Ron.
Google.
You do
Google.
this with the magazine. His
Yeah.
magazine, you do it. This.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Alright.
you read the article.
That's special
I'm
no,
reading.
that's special
I
no
only-
skip pages.
I only read the articles.
My
Yeah.
box.
I'm going to tell you something. Those articles were pretty great.
They actually they are great.
They are pretty great.
Yeah.
Those articles were.
What was it? He's Hustler, right?
Hustler.
Yes.
Flint was
Yeah.
Hustler. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, put that back up. We
That
sent
was nope. Sorry.
we
Crap.
sent
There
some
you go.
paranormal exorcism. What the hell is AERT? Well, it's technically an acronym, Ron, right? It stands
Yeah.
for what?
You don't remember?
I'm asking you the question. You don't remember? Why are you asking me? It's your show.
Epic Reality
Epic,
Radio Tour. And the idea of it was that I could do a show anywhere. You know, like when I first started this show, or first started the station, and 10 years ago now, I guess.
Has it been
Um,
10?
yeah.
Well,
And I was basically confined to the house because, well, coffee shops didn't quite have internet yet, very
don't
accessible.
be blaming COVID.
No, it just, they didn't have it set up that way yet. It wasn't quite there yet. But then it became that, though, where coffee shops, anywhere you go, you can have an internet connection.
True.
So why couldn't I do a show sitting at McDonald's and play a show?
Only if you're not staring at the kids on the play thing the whole time. Now that would be a little weird, awkward.
No, they don't have those very. Actually, they don't even have those very much anymore.
I bet you did that, and you probably had what 20 Diet Coke refills during that time.
Probably, yeah. And then, but like at the Mall of America, when the internet became available, almost anywhere you could sit, you can have an interview right in the real spot where you're talking about.
Right.
That's what I was getting at. So, Epic Reality Radio Tour, anywhere, wherever you go, you can do it. So you
Sounds
can
like a cheesy plug there, Ron.
Yeah, anywhere you go, you can do an interview with anyone or whatever. So that's my goal. Anyway,
Earthlings, is that what?
Earthlings is what
Earthlings.
what
I like
what
it.
our clan is called. Earthlings. That's from Oopie.
Right.
Oopie came up with that one.
The Ron.
Epic Reality Radio Tour.
Tour, not tout.
She had too much whiskey. She drinks whiskey. She ain't telling you that part though. All writers.
For the record, does anybody know where she's located?
Nope.
What are you, Luffy? Are you in witness protection? Why is this so secretive? I think I've known her for years because of the podcasting. I don't think I know Ron or Andy's in England, right? Yep. Anybody else here out of the country?
Nope.
No. Or Luffy, what is she? We still don't know where.
I don't know for sure. No.
That's done by design.
I know.
She always talks about
what's the reason.
She always talks about being on an asteroid mining the rock.
She's the freaking alien that's monitoring us. You ever think of that?
She's an octopus. You see, she's an octopus, right?
That's true, and that is actually. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that an alien? That is an alien.
Yeah.
There's no DNA like it.
CT likes toast, French toast.
CT is cybernetic toaster is what CT is.
Mm-hmm.
She gives good cybernetic pillow talk.
Oofy's awesome. We are glad to have her.
Oofy's pillow, yes, cyber.
Hey, now if you haven't tuned into my other show on my channel, you need to check out Maureen and Anthony on Dimensions of the Supernatural.
Now pay Charles for that advertisement that you just did.
I talk about his show all the time on my show. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of even trade there, right, Charles?
Goofy is dead, but dreaming.
Yep. There you go.
Waiting for the time to return.
That was a little dark.
I know.
Just sad, John. Just saying.
Nothing like zero G.
Oh. Who wrote that one now? Wait a minute.
Not my dirty little fingers. Who wrote that? Charles.
Charles.
Guilty.
No, and don't make it fast, Mr. Bill.
No more Lovecraft tonight. Lovecraft.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's from the Supernatural show, Lovecraft.
Oh. You can watch it.
I watched it like 5 times, the series.
This is still the best show ever.
Which one did you put on?
X-Files?
Well,
X-Files?
it's still running. Oh my God!
It's syndicated. What is this? Comet?
Wow.
The Comet?
Yes.
Whatever channel. Yeah.
Comet, yeah. Which I don't get anymore because I'm cheap and I won't pay for all that shit. But anyway.
I told you tried logging into my Sling. I literally have recently noticed I've got I think
It
like
might keep you
400
on.
channels
If I
and
get on,
390 of them I don't watch. But
Yeah.
if
I pay
get on
$58
sometime
for
today,
Sling,
it
and
might keep me off.
Mm.
wait a
I don't
minute,
like
Ron, you
getting
pay how much? for Sling?
$58
What do you
for
have?
Sling. For
Do you have
Sling.
like the ad? Because like I think my Sling is 40, and then I get the ESPN package that's 10 extra. So yeah, it's 50ish after tax.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got on before they had all the specials, of course.
John with the X-Files take, yeah, start to finish. I still watch. Yeah.
But I use Sling like when I'm traveling. That's one of the things I watch, like Netflix too, things like that. Because, when you're traveling, you're in a different time zone. You don't know, what the hell's on most of the time,
You're
And,
in a different time zone now.
right. I'm in the right
From
time
me.
zone. I'm in the right time zone.
Right.
Marco, you're screwed up. No, keep your mosquito spray. I'm
I
locking
am
the door
sick
when I
of
go to bed at night.
crouching and
You're
getting
done.
bit. I know. Help a brother. Go spray some off on him or something. Hose him down with your off.
You have some leftover.
There you go.
Have this.
There you go.
There you go.
There you
You
go.
can come get some.
Good
The door's
A
locked.
good
Hear that,
stuff.
Marco? Come get some. I quote Maria. She just said, "Come get some." Keep the video stream going. Charles.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, definitely a separate StreamYard from this one. So we're good.
Well, Friday night. What's off limits? What would be off limits for that?
On Adulter
What would
Radio.
be off limit, Ron? Since it's your platform. Now,
I
granted,
don't know
AJ, I don't know
what
if
would
he's
give
gonna-
you what would give you a strike. I can't get another strike or warning.
No. That's policy. That's YouTube policy. I'm talking about what's your policy. What's off the table for a show like that?
If we wouldn't get banned,
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm asking you.
all right, I'd say open,
topic-wise.
completely open table, completely
Okay.
open table.
All right.
There you go.
Ron, you lack imagination.
Oh man, I was wanting him to paint a picture for me of something midget involved.
A little
Oh
nugget,
boy!
a little chicken nugget, a little hot nugget.
Oh boy!
What do you want?
He is cracking me up tonight. His reactions or lack of or whatever. But
Yeah,
I'm
He's
keeping
cool.
quiet. I'm keeping quiet.
it's a big table.
Yep.
You obviously you're gonna talk about your clock Friday night.
About my clock, yeah.
You're gonna brag about your giant clock.
Yeah. And you'll have to buy one too. There you go.
Yeah, because mine's not that big. I don't have a clock that. Well, take it back. A living room clock is big. But as far as a clock in this room, there's no 14-inch clock in my room. Now think about it. There's never been a 14-inch clock.
Oh,
Ron,
boy.
your reactions tonight have been fucking worth it.
Whew.
Cheers to. Now, how many hands are on your?
How many hands are in your big clock? Right.
What's that
Is there
second
more?
hand doing on your?
Oh,
Oh, boy.
Does your clock keep accurate time?
Yep. Yep.
does it keep a good solid rhythm?
Oh my God.
Well, all right, I'll say this. All right, it's a silent clock.
That's helpful sometimes.
No, I don't.
This reminds me of that back. I don't remember Stern's private party. Private party. What was it? Private what? Private. Not party. That movie he did. Private. Shit. What was the name of it?
Ooh.
Private Ryan? What? Where are you
No,
looking?
Howard Stern when he did his movie. Private Parts. Private Parts. That was the name. There was a segment that they would go to get past the FCC regulations or restrictions to say certain words. They would say, fill in the blank, and there'd be a blank willow. What's the answer? Blank a doodle do.
Clock a doodle doo.
Clock. Yeah. Of course.
Oh
Oh,
my
boy.
God, my ribs hurt.
No.
I'm
I
sure
mean, what do
that's
you?
not.
What happens? I mean, does it like for your clock? Does it? You know, when it comes to batteries, is it a blue pill? What do you use for your
Double A
batteries?
battery.
Double.
Double A
Okay.
battery.
No, not that. You skipped the 9 volt?
Not on these. No.
Double A. Yep.
F.
Oh, he never escaped the FCC, John
Mhm.
says.
I guess he never did. Did he?
F
Well, now
battery.
he is because he's what on tier. Yeah, F.
Yep, minus batteries. There you go.
Mm.
AJ, I think I'm going to put the rest of this in the refrigerator and save it for tomorrow night. So
What?
it'll be forewarned. Oh my God, I've had bourbon and.
Well,
Yeah,
first of all, you're not. Didn't you say you're not working tomorrow?
I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh,
So you
good.
get to
Oh.
sleep in. You get to sleep in a little
I get to
later.
sleep in.
Right. Okay. Well, then enjoy your night.
Yeah, but I still have to get up early Thursday morning, so we'll see. I'll see.
What's
Oh,
I might,
Thursday?
I might pack this whole thing to Indiana. We'll see.
Hmm.
Doubt it.
oh.
What's in Indiana?
My grandbaby.
Oh, okay.
Family.
Yeah. I get my son and his wisdom is going to let me babysit the child for a couple hours tomorrow. So we're going to see how that handles, how that
Hmm.
comes out.
Sure.
So where's Kentucky? You're past Ohio. No, wait. Are you past Ohio?
No, I'm in,
We're
I am
below Ohio.
Oh,
south.
south of Ohio. Okay,
Yes,
that's right.
I'm
Okay.
in South Central, what they call South Central Kentucky. So my son is about 100 miles from me.
About West Indiana, right? Or East Indiana. He's East Indiana.
Go to Owensboro and then go 5 miles into Indiana.
Because you got Iowa, then you got Indiana, and then you
No,
got You got Indiana. I'm talking about for me. I'm talking about for me. You got Indiana, Iowa, and Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't never going that far.
What the hell's that mean? Seeing someone sip silly syrup. Say that. First of all, try to say that. Those
Seeing
5
someone
words.
sip silly
fast.
syrup through
It's
a
because
straw
I got
still
this.
See
cracks me
someone
up.
sip a straw still cracks me up. What does that mean? What's the silly syrup?
I'm sucking on something, and John likes
Oh, I see. He's talking to you. I don't know, Ron. Say that fast, real quick. Read that real fast.
Seeing someone sip silly syrup through a straw still cracks me up. That's hard to say.
Well done, Ron.
Exactly.
Well done.
But you did pretty good.
Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. You say it.
I can't.
it.
I can't.
Come on.
Nope.
You get a point. You get a point if you say it right.
It's one of these. Yeah.
So
One of
everybody
these
say
guys.
good night to AJ. She's leaving.
Oh, love you, girl.
Thank you,
Sweet
AJ.
Thanks,
If
AJ.
you can be with us
Company,
Friday,
AJ.
you're welcome.
Our sex
Good times.
sex therapist, sex hostess, whatever.
Yeah, our
I say
sex
that-
therapist just signed off, so I don't know what we need to do now.
We need to log off pretty soon because we're coming up on 3.5 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Are you
Holy
kidding me?
balls, has not had
Yeah.
anything to eat.
It's just no. Since
Is
I
the
have
sun
breakfast?
even
I'm
down
trying to think,
in Central
did
Time?
I eat breakfast this morning? It's been so long I've forgotten. My stomach thinks my mouth's on strike.
I've never had that problem. All right.
So, Kevin, if you're gonna be here are you gonna be here Friday?
No,
Can you?
I
not.
don't think.
So you
But
come up with this great
obviously-
idea. You come up with this great idea, and you say, "Oh, I can't be there."
Well-
He's good. He's the king of that.
I mean, I don't mind sharing good. I mean, everybody can take an idea and run with it. But if I'm available, there is a slight possibility. But typically, it's my
Okay.
son's
Yeah,
night.
I know.
Between family and
But even it's got to the point where if I did jump on for a little bit, he'd be fine. So he's in his own world doing things.
So I was just thinking. I was thinking you can come up with rapid fire questions like you did
there you
before.
go.
We're on to something.
You can send that.
And it can be your
Only
choice.
if the round table gives me rapid fire responses. If I say a
Okay.
rapid fire question in topic mode, don't go. You can't.
Right.
You got to play
right.
along.
I got you. I got
gotta
you.
play along.
All right.
No, I'm not. No.
If you want to bail, go
Gotta-
for it. I'll take care of the rest of it.
We gotta. Jesus Christ! It's
Yeah.
It is coming on 3.5 hours.
If you want to bail, I'll take care of the rest of it.
Well, there won't be much.
This is true.
But thank you for a great show tonight. A lot of fun. Kevin, it was sure good to see you here.
Wait.
You too.
Always the unexpected here.
You
Ron,
got
real
7
quick,
minutes.
We
Real
try to
quick,
keep it pleasurable.
Ron, I know you had health issue or hospital visit recently. How are you feeling, sir?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I had my leg issues that I was
Oh
dealing
no,
with.
I mean, how are you feeling now?
Oh, better.
Okay.
Better, yeah. They did the vein procedure,
Right.
which they
That you've been waiting on for 2 years.
longer than that.
Yeah,
Since about 2002 or 3 or 4, something like that. They did my first ultrasound on my legs for this condition in 2002, I believe. And then they tried to make me pay for it, and I said, nope, I'm not going to pay for it. It's a Medicare thing; it should be covered.
That's what
Period.
Medicare is for. You're right.
And then I made the claim also, well, I'm also a disabled veteran, so I shouldn't have to pay anything for medical, period. Just my personal opinion.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
then recently, of course, my legs been going back and forth, swelling up and causing problems, getting better and worse, and depending on the weather and temperatures and everything like that. Uh, then all of a sudden, I had the people, my doctor was looking at it, the wound clinic was looking at my open wound because my skin split open because my legs swelled up so bad. And finally, the woman in Sioux Falls, the nurse, was working on getting everything cleared through Medicare. And finally, Medicare said, yes, we can get this procedure done. And finally, it was able to get done. And what they had to do was they used a small incision. They used like a tiny catheter. You know what a catheter is.
Mhm.
And they used that. What they did was they had to reroute the blood flow from the bad vein. So they used the laser light, the laser light, you know, to yeah, to cut off the collapsed veins. There's more than one, and then they rerouted the blood flow to the main artery. Okay, so now they don't strip the vein like they used to. They used to cut the long cut down your leg and they pull your vein out. That's how they used to do it. They don't do it that way anymore. They do it the way I'm talking about. Uh, they disconnect the collapsed vein. That just dissolves in your leg. You don't even know it. It's gone. But the blood flow is a lot better because it's going to the main artery, which is in better shape now because now it's finally getting the blood flow that it's supposed to get. So this was done on both legs at the same time. And they had me on some good stuff. I didn't know what day it was.
Just think, Ron, on Friday night during the show, that would be an excuse for you to pull out your vein.
No,
Good,
no,
good times. Just saying.
no. But no, it was.
But you're doing better.
Yeah, I'm able to walk better. A lot less pain. Balance is better. I can stand without falling over or trying to lean on something because I can't stand up straight. So I can definitely get along pretty well.
Good.
When I went to Gettysburg, I wasn't quite healed yet. That was like right after I had my surgery. And it was a little tough trying to keep up with everyone there. But I made it though. I got it done, and I'll be a lot better this next time. I already got my room reserved for next July, and I already got that ready to go. So I just got to get there now. But we got Pine Bush, of course, first, and then we got July to get
Real
it first. So
quick,
I got two to
Bill Forte, how's he
yeah.
doing? I mean, it's
Real
public
well.
knowledge because he's done streams, right? I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
he's at home. He's at home. He's hopefully he's following doctor's orders and doing what he needs to do to heal up and get 100%. Um, hopefully he can put away the smoking, right, Charles?
Absolutely. So far he's doing real well.
Yeah,
This afternoon, as of this afternoon, he had two stents put in on Wednesday. I think Wednesday afternoon, and they released him on Friday morning.
yeah,
I'm shocked,
Yeah.
and he's doing really really well.
yeah. And I'm glad for that. I am glad. Yeah,
There was no damage to the heart. They
which
just
was incredible.
got the
'Cause
blocking.
He had one thing that was totally blocked. It was totally
Yes.
blocked, and the
Yes.
other thing, one of the valves were partially blocked, I think. And then he still has one that's partially blocked, but with the other two open, with the stents put in there, he's able to get through that other one, I think.
Well, they're hoping if he sticks to his diet, gets his weight back down to where it's supposed to be, and stops smoking, and a little bit of medication. They're hoping that they'll take care of that.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, keep
Respect.
him
It's
and
not a blockage, it's a
keep
respect.
him and Ma in your prayers, of course. So I can imagine Ma was going crazy over that time.
I'll tell you, I don't like to read the second page of the newspaper anymore.
Right.
All these people and have looked up to,
We're getting to that part of our lives.
Damn, dude! I'm saying,
All
damn,
of our
dude.
heroes and just
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
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 All right.
All
Well,
right. Bobby just said, okay, time to end the show for.
yeah, Bobby has
Word.
Yeah.
Bobby is doing a show on
All
Mixler
right.
on our radio.
Yeah.
The
Pleasure was mine tonight, guys. Fun. Had a good time.
Thank you.
All right.
Definitely.
If
Okay,
you can pop in on Friday,
I'll
it would
holler
be
at you.
honored.
I'll give
We'd
you
be
a
honored to have you.
Okay. Appreciate
And
it.
Maria,
want
if you
that
can
on
stay
the-
up late.
The Adultrix radio station or just a regular? What do you want?
We're gonna have whatever kind of fun we can come up with.
Okay.
No,
How
AJ
about
just volunteered. You follow up with AJ. She's supposed
Right.
to be your host.
Yeah.
She's on drugs.
independent expert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sexpert. So
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Peace
thank
out.
you.
Good
All
night.
right.
Bye.
Maybe.
care.
See y'all.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.